The following is a presentation of Paola Sports Live. It's time for Panther Sports. On your new home for Paola High School Athletics, Paola Sports Live. Paola Sports Live is presented by Go Brawley. It just works. Learn more at gobrawley.com. Also by Elliott Group. Hers Incorporated. Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. And Miami County Dance Movement. This is Paola Athletics. On your new home for the Panthers, Paola Sports Live.
And good Tuesday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Spring Hill High School, the side of tonight's Frontier League clash between the Spring Hill Broncos and your Paola Panthers. BJ Harris along with you as we settle in for this boys and girls basketball doubleheader tonight, as the Paola Panthers on the girls' side trying to bounce back from a tough loss on Friday against Frontenac, going 2-1 in the Paola Invitational. A good start, but not a great start, and certainly some room for improvement for the Lady Panthers, but I think a very good opportunity and certainly some improvement through those first three games. Obviously, it battled through some quarantine issues, battled through shorter practice time, and hopefully they'll get themselves their feet underneath them as they move into more of the schedule. But going to have a tough test tonight against the Spring Hill team. Right now, the Panthers at 2-1, Spring Hill at 1-2. I would say most likely Spring Hill's played a tougher schedule, as they got a win against Leavenworth and then lost a close game to Lansing, 62-59, and a close game to Shawnee Mission South last on Monday, 50-47. And so only a 3 points in 3 games, a differential of 4.3 points per ball game for Spring Hill. So some close ones for the Panthers. Of course, a win against Wellsville, 56-35 in the first game. Win over Perry, 47-35, and a loss to Frontenac, as I mentioned last Friday, in a tough one where they had 30 turnovers in the loss to a very aggressive full court pressure team in Frontenac. Led by Kate Ediger, 17.3 points per ball game. She's also nearly 90% from the free throw line. Very good leader for them, an aggressive player. Nice development for Maggie Kalk in the first few ball games, and Ava Kale, as well as some others who have done a nice job. We'll hear from Coach Butler in just a moment. She'll mention Dakaya Yates as well as one of those key players. Coming up later, we've got the boys game. We'll talk about that and more as we get ready for the beginning of this one. Up next, we're going to hear from the head coach of the Lady Panthers, Jamie Butler, here on the Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics pregame show, where they are committed to providing quality health care to families in Miami County, a comprehensive approach to oral care. Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. Learn more at ironhorsedental.com or drlaurasortho.com. And of course, Paola Sports Live is presented by Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Experience a new kind of internet with Go Brawley. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit gobrawley.com. We hear from Coach Butler next. We return on the Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics pregame show on Paola Sports Live.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast. Priced right. With plans starting at $34.95. No throttling. No tricks. More upload speed. And the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit gobrawley.com. Go Brawley. It just works.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com. Welcome back to the Iron Horse Dental, Dr. Laura's Orthodontics pregame show here on Paola Sports Live. BJ Harris along with you as we get set for a Frontier League battle between the Paola Panthers and the Spring Hill Broncos. Joining us now, the head coach of the Panthers, Jamie Butler. And Coach, we'll go back to last week briefly. You guys host that tournament good games, wins against Wellsville and Perry Lecompton. Obviously, a tough night out Friday against Frontenac. As you kind of go back and look at that tournament in general, your overall thoughts on kind of how you feel and a 2-1 start here to the new year.
Well, I was actually really pleased with the girls and how they played and competed, especially those first 2 games. I think fatigue set in by Friday.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, no excuses. That's been our theme, though. So we just got to learn to take care of the ball in that game. But I hated that we ended that week on that game simply because they did have a great week, especially with just being limited and stuff. So, the good thing about those type of games, we learn a lot about ourselves and we know exactly what we need to work on. And so I'm grateful for that.
A few individual performances certainly to talk about in those first 3 ball games. Who are some players for you that stepped out that you saw, you knew you were going to get from them, but were surprised by, and maybe some guys that you didn't know what to expect and stepped up in those first 3 games?
Well, honestly, my struggle this year was figuring out who to bring the ball to the court.
Right.
Simply because I start potentially 5 post players. And I feel like Kaya Yates has done a really good job with that. Yeah, we had a bunch of turnovers in the Frontenac game, but that wasn't her. That was our whole team. Yeah. So I've actually been really pleased with her at the point guard position. And then, I'm trying to think here, I was real pleased with Maggie Tauk. Just, she does a lot of non-stat plays that a lot of people don't see or understand, and we got to have her on the court. And obviously Kate Edeker, her scoring is a must for our team. Ava Kale, she's going to be one that just continues to get better and better. Morgan, I was real pleased with her as well. I mean, I was pleased with all of them in some way, and they all know something they all could be working on as well.
Well, in your bench, too, it seemed like when you were able to get some runs, I go back to that Perry game where that run you made before halftime, that was, a big majority were bench players. You got to be pleased with their maturation here in the first few ball games.
Right. They were a game changer for that game. Their energy off the bench is what we needed, especially with us being out of shape right now, or at least we were last week. And I told them, go on, I don't want to see a dip when we sub. And in fact, we went up when we subbed as far as our game and our level and stuff. So, and that set the tone for that second half in that Perry Lecompton game. So I've been real pleased with our bench players, and I'm still trying to figure out how to play them, when to play them, where to play them. But no matter what I ask of them, they respond to it in a really good way.
I want to talk about Kate Ediger just a little bit and her energy and aggressiveness. I was talking to my daughter. My daughter runs camera for our broadcast typically, and she's a young, basketball player, 7th grader. And I said, watch 15 play. I said, if you can play with even half that much energy, then you're going to be, hard to stop at the 7th grade level. I said, just try to be as aggressive as Kate. But I also said to her, I go, sometimes that can be a detriment. How do you approach a kid like that to rein them in when they need to be reined in and let them go and be she plays as aggressive as I maybe have ever seen a high school kid in a basketball game. How do you approach that?
I mean, at this point,
just let her go.
At this point, any shot we get up is a positive for us.
Yeah.
Especially against high pressure teams. So I'm not going to complain ever when she tries to shoot.
Oh,
she does understand. We've been talking about looking when to attack within the flow of our offense, when it's a set play or when we've slowed down a little bit. But so far, I have not given her the red light a whole lot, simply because she might make a mistake here or there, maybe charge or whatever, but then she'll score 8 points to make up for it. So, but we have had conversations about just, understanding the flow of the game, flow of the offense, and then looking when to attack off, the pressure.
All right, on to the task at hand, the Spring Hill Broncos. What do you know of them, and what do you expect out of Coach Freegon's team tonight?
Well, I haven't seen a whole lot because it's early in the year.
Yeah.
But I'm expecting a man-to-man. That's what I've seen, but you never know when it's early in the year. We've already changed stuff with our team. So I think it's going to be a really good game. And I know our girls are going to come out and step up and compete simply because we have to. We have to bounce back from that last game because we kind of have a bad taste in our mouth.
Sure.
So I know I have a bunch of competitors who are ready to go to Spring Hill and give them a good game and compete to win.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to it, Coach. Appreciate your time as always. Good luck tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Head coach of the Paola Panthers, Jamie Butler, joining us here on the pregame show. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. Game starts right after this on Paola Sports Live.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible in dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at Hers, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
come and visit us at hersinc.net.
Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Back out here to Spring Hill High School briefly before we step aside for the national anthem. Double boys game coming up in just a little bit as the 4-0 Paola Panthers take on the 1-2 Spring Hill Broncos. Again, Spring Hill, I think, has faced some pretty good competition against Leavenworth, Lansing, and Shawnee Mission South. Paola, good games, though. Good wins over Frontenac the other night, 53-28, Perry and Wellsville, and obviously against Baldwin to begin the season a week and a half ago. 4-0 record, though, gets you a number 2 ranking in Class 4A. And Coach, and I talk about that a little bit, Coach Cash, kind of jokingly a little bit. Obviously, it's too early to know who the top 10 teams are in any classification. But I do think Paola boys have something going right now. It's pretty good. And they've got 2 of the better players in the area, if not the state, and Bo Robinson and Trey Moala. If you got 2 players on a 4A basketball team like that, you're going to be pretty good. And then everybody else really starting to step into their roles. Very nice efforts all around from Garrett Williams, Logan Newkirk, Carson Bain, as well as Brock Pitzer, Caden Ramey. I mean, those guys really have stepped up here of late. 4-0, number 2 ranked team in Class 4A. Hopefully they keep that going. They're going to get a good test tonight against this Broncos team that's led by a host of guys, namely Cooper Jones, 6'1 senior, averages 13 points a game. Ryan Weber, a 6'2 senior, all-around good player, is averaging 11 points a game. And so those guys will be a test for the Panthers here tonight. We do have it over on our Spring Hill Sports Live channel as well tonight. So if anything happens here, you'll be able to watch this game over at springhillsportslive.com as well as youtube.com/springhillsportslive. So happy to be a part of both these schools. Very good support from all around. We'll step away, take a break, tip off right around the corner on Spring Hill or on Paola Sports Live.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible in dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Paola and USD 368. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Paola, call 913-294-2110 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Back at here, Spring Hill High School. BJ Harris along with you, getting ready for this girls' contest between the Spring Hill Broncos and your Paola Panthers. Starting lineups brought to you by our friends at Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill, your area Bobcat mower dealer. Start next year's mowing season with a great Bobcat mower. Take your motor in right now for a good tune-up. Work on all makes and models of engines. And they got you covered when it comes to hydraulic hoses and cylinder repair as well. To learn more, go to hersinc.net or call 913-247-3530. First up for the Panthers, it'll be number 13, Maggie Kalk. 5'9", sophomore, averages 6.3 points per ball game. Number 15, Kate Ediger. Ediger is a... Sorry, my crowd mic's picking up a lot of noise. Kate Ediger, leading scorer, 17.3 points per ball game. Number 0, Takaya Yates, 5'10", junior, averages 4.3. Number 25, Ava Kale, 5'10", sophomore, averaging 4 points a game. And number 32, Morgan Clark, 5'11", senior, averages 5 points per contest in 3 games already. Panthers will have the basketball as they come out of the break. Yates going to work here, working against number 1, Kate Milroy. Milroy's a little water bug. Good pass down low for Ediger, backing. Kate backing. She's going to work it up off the glass. Ooh, just doesn't get a good roll. Good rebound by Kale, though. And she'll put it up, ball knocked out of bounds. It'll go to Spring Hill for their first possession. Those are 2 very good opportunities. I mean, it took them a long time that are not against Frontenac to get even close to the basket. And so they're off to a better start here. And they'll have to handle some pressure a little bit, it looks like, even in the half court. Off right side, controlled for Todd. Meredith Todd on the right wing. She's a very good three-point shooter. Here's a 3, though, right off the bat by another one, and Jenna Weber. And they'll take an early 3-0 lead. Well, Spring Hill. And I've mentioned Todd. She's had 3 threes in the last 2 ball games. And a turnover there by Paola. The turnover bug got him, and it was a big part of Frontenac. I talked to another coach. I'm going to go down to Southeast Kansas and cover Girard tomorrow and talk to their girls coach and say, hey, Frontenac's pretty good. He goes, yeah, you ain't kidding. They're pretty good. They've got some players on that team, and that's a big rivalry between those 2 schools, so he knows them quite well. Here's a catch and fire 3 from Todd. Nothing but the bottom of that. Well, 6-0 run here for Spring Hill, all from behind the arc for the Broncos. Panthers need to get one through the hole. Ediger, just the person to do it. Backing, spinning, up off the glass. Lots of contact, no foul. Defended there by Weber, and she'll bring it up the floor as well, streaking against Ediger. Now pull off of her. Dump off inside. That's their leading scorer, and Allie Frank, and she's going to get one off the basket. She'll try to get 3 the old-fashioned way and try to add to this run. Right now, it is an 8-0 run. Frank, leading scorer, 21 points per ball game, 13 rebounds per ball game. Pretty good, averaging a double-double. And she'll rattle in the first, and one. Panthers got to get it through the hole. Man-to-man pressure up the floor. Yates working against Milroy. There's another turnover, stolen away by Weber. Weber, good defense and recovery, but Todd, another 3 on the way. No good, this one off the back iron. Rebound by Frank, blocked by Kale, and they're going to call foul. Oof. Might have got her with a little bit of body. Frank at 6 foot, headed to Baker to play volleyball. And one of the top players in this area on the girls' side of things. And now back to the free throw line once again after making her first one. She'll make her second of the ball game. First one of this trip, 4 points and a 10-0 run. Not the way the Panthers wanted to start things, especially after trying to bounce back from last Friday's game. Played so well against Perry and Wellsville. And they're still a work in progress, obviously. It's still early on the season. They've had not as many practices as a coach would want to have, as Frank knocks both down. Riley Pratt into the ball game for the Panthers quickly off the bench. Just 2 minutes into this one. Ediger working against Weber. Screen comes from Clark. She set another one, but she already picked up her dribble. Here's Kalk with it. Now Yates out high, over to Pratt. Riley's giving them a nice boost off the bench when she's had her chances in the last couple of ball games. Ediger in a step back. Kate goes from playing the post to run to the point. It's the kind of dynamic player she is. It was a good play to call, too. Pratt was there for a moment. Here, Ediger will get it back in the wing. She'll attack, driving, and she's going to get called under the basket official. Had initially, I think he kind of waited. He wasn't exactly sure what he wanted to do. They ended up getting it on Emily Dowd. Her first, team one. And a chance for Ediger to try to stop this 10-0 run. Kate, an 89% free throw shooter, 16 of 18. She's gotten there twice as many as the next closest. And she will stop the run at 11-0. Out of the ball game is going to go Todd. Out will go Dowd for Spring Hill. In comes Julia Hess, along with Brooke Powell for the Broncos, and Ediger rattles them both in. 11-2. Panthers going to put a little zone pressure on in the backcourt, and Milroy busts that one. Easy layup on the other end. That's one of the risks you take with a lot of pressure. That's Weber, her 5th point of the ball game. Other end, Pratt picks up a dribble. Here's Clark. Clark pumping around from the free throw line. Good. Well, that was a straight-on shot. I did not think that had a prayer, and it flies in there. 13-4. And another turnover forced by the Panthers this time. And got to anticipate. That's the youngster Kalk over the top. Up off the glass and good on a nice take by Brooke Powell, her first bucket of the ball game. 15-4. Just got to learn that, recognize where the defender is going to be, not where they are currently, and act accordingly. There's a good example of it. Stolen away by Hess. Hess will try to drive baseline, knocked off her screws, walked with it. There it is. Yep. A few turnovers of their own for Spring Hill. Into the middle at defense. It's going to be a foul on Weber. Running into Ediger. Team foul number 2, her first. Panthers fortunate to not have any games, Monday or Tuesday. So after Friday, go in. I'm sure they worked a little bit on press breaks against the zone press, man press. This is man up the floor. Oftentimes the key is to work the middle of the floor, try to break that press. Clark dribbling out of it. She'll give away to Ediger. Ediger driving into the paint, full force, no foul at all, and they're going to give her a charge. It was a very late call. It was a very late call. I think everybody was waiting for somebody else to make it, and well, I'm not sure if I agree with it, and I certainly don't agree with the timing of it. First on Ediger, team foul number 3. There's right, perfect place for a trap, but another turnover forced by the Panther defense. Spring Hill's mostly manned up, although Frank is kind of a rover and she's working against Clark on the inbound. Ediger catches it. They'll man up all the way down the floor. Ediger working closely against Kaylee Rakes, who's just checked in. And a foul. It's going to send Ediger back to the free throw line to shoot 2 this time. Oaks, rather. Can't read my own writing. Kaylee Oaks, who just checked in, picks up her first personal foul. Team foul number 3, and Ediger back to the free throw line. She's got all but 2 of their points from the stripe. She's got 3 and 3 for 3 from the free throw line. 15-5. They've stopped the early momentum. It was an 11-0 run by Spring Hill out of the gate, but so far they've been able to stop that tide a little bit and cause some of their own havoc with the pressure game. Here's Weber, dump off, backside, Oaks, up off the glass, of good. Team effort here from Spring Hills. They've gotten a lot of people in the scoring column already, an 11-point lead, and a timeout going to be taken by Coach Butler. It's a full, we'll take it. Our first timeout of the night. Panthers got some work ahead of them. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther basketball on Paola Sports Live, presented by Go Brawley.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast. Priced right, with plans starting at $34.95. No throttling, no tricks, more upload speed, and the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawley.com. Go Brawley. It just works. Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Paola and USD 368. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Paola, call 913-294-2110 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Coming out of that timeout here, 3:07 to play in this first quarter. Panthers trying to figure out this man press. Here's Edgar. They'll break it and get an opportunity for her. Kate up off glass. No good. Defense by Weber. She'll get it back with Weber. Long pass up in front for Dowd. Dowd blocked out of bounds. Knocked out of there by Kate Edgar. And it will stay with Spring Hill with 2:51 to play in the first. Up by 11. Who's got a couple stops here, but there's a catch and fire by Oaks. Up and good. She's got 4 in her time off the bench. And they continue to add to their lead now, 19-6. It's their largest lead of the ball game. Another timeout. They were getting close to the time, and a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Thanks to the support from our sponsors, Paola Sports Live is proud to provide tonight's coverage of Panther Athletics free of charge to you to watch. If you enjoy our broadcast, would like to say thank you and show your support, please go to paolasportslive.com/donate and make a contribution. Thank you to our sponsors, fans, coaches, administrators, and student athletes. And be sure to follow us on Facebook. We update game links, everything right there if you want to know when we're going to be on the air. And never miss a broadcast. If you subscribe to youtube.com/Paola Sports Live, you'll get notification when we go live on the air. That's youtube.com/Paola Sports Live and facebook.com/Paola Sports Live. 11-0 run to start things for Spring Hill. Paola stopped it for a moment, got it to within 9, 15-6, and now another little bit of a run here in a spurt as they have it 19-6. Their largest deficit of the ball game here at 13. There it was. Got to make that decision sooner for Kate. It was open for Clark, but then trying to go over the top of 6-foot-tall Allie Frank. Loose ball still, and the Panthers fight to get that one down inside Clark. Tons of contact. I mean, you got to call something. That is brutal. Clark not able to draw any contact, and here they go the other end, Milroy. On the left side, working against Yates. That's a fun little matchup, those two. And Takaya Yates swats that one out of bounds. Speed versus size between those two. You got to switch there. Now I get a little bit of mismatch. Frank way out high, working against Edgar. Down inside, up off the glass, no good. On the take by Todd, and rebound pulled out of there by Yates. Takaya gonna push it. Up the floor she goes from left to right. She'll pull back now. Now she needs help. Clark in the middle of that defense. Pull up. Little jumper off the glass, no good. Knocked around, still loose, and gonna be picked up, no. Out of bounds it goes. Now Edgar clear out of bounds. She's gonna have to recover. Milroy up in front. Frank, shot no good. Another, probably should have been a foul. Equal opportunity at least. Consistency is the key, I guess. And we're approaching the 90-second mark here with this first quarter, 19-6. At the elbow, Edgar, good look to Kauk, and no good, but Maggie will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. It was a great dish from Edgar. Maggie, second leading scorer on this team, 6.3. Also, second on this team in free throw percentage with 80%, 4 out of 5. Not as many opportunities, but so far been pretty good, the sophomore. And she'll slide the first one in for her first point of the ball game. Back in action on Friday. We'll back to the friendly confines of Paola High School as the Panthers welcome in the Ottawa Cyclones. Pre-game coverage again around 5:45. Tip-off 6 o'clock in that one as Calc makes both. Back to within 11. Sometimes you see if you dig a hole in that first run early in the first quarter, you just spend the entire game trying to overcome that. Dump off inside Frank. They want those. If they can get it to Frank, they're going to feel pretty good about things, and they do, and she delivers. She's got 9 first quarter points. Ediger backing at the elbow. Shot up, no good. Rebound, Calc. She'll put it up. Can't get it to go. Rebound, Ediger. Knocked around off the back of the leg, I believe, for the Panthers. Chloe Gherkin. Gherkin, some of her first minutes of the season here for the Panthers. Yates going to come out. Ediger going to come in. Ediger will leave the ball game. So it's Pratt, Gherkin, Clark, Yates, and Calc. Todd, catch on the right side. Blocked by Calc. Good effort there by Maggie. Rebound pulled out of there by Yates, but then it's stolen right of her hands by Allie Frank. Frank's in double figures. 23-8. It's not like they're playing bad. That's the problem. The Panthers aren't playing bad. They've had some balls fall out of the rim that were there, and Spring Hill has just met them at the door so often here in this first quarter. I don't think these two teams are this big a point differential apart. I don't think they're 15-point different teams. I think it's much closer than what that scoreboard's showing right now. Milroy out high. Off right side for Weber. Maybe confidence a little bit of an issue too for the Panthers. Coach and I didn't really talk about that, but it was pretty dominant on Friday. Here's Todd. 6 seconds on the clock. No good. She can get it rebound. She can get another crack at one. She'll put it with the right hand off the glass. No good. Knocked around Frank at the buzzer. It's going to roll out. Missed opportunity there for Spring Hill. Hopefully the Panthers can capitalize on it when we head to the second. Not a great start for Paola. Can they get it going right in the second? We'll see when we return on Paola Sports Live, presented by Go Brawley.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
Welcome back out here, Spring Hill High School. BJ Harris along with you. 23-8 is the score here so far in this early going. That's not a mistake. Hopefully we'll see the Panthers start to right the ship here just a little bit in the second quarter. Good start, turnover. Ooh. Like I said, that went off the hands of Kale. It'll stay with Spring Hill. Milroy inbound for the Broncos. On the left side for Todd. Nearly stolen away by Clark. Todd gets it. It is stolen away by Ediger. Kate going to bring it up the floor. Stride for stride with Todd all the way down. She'll take it up, and she's going to be fouled hard. And Kate Ediger going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. 4 for 4 so far on the night. All her points coming from the charity stripe. Todd picks up her second personal foul. Todd will sit down. In will come Powell for Spring Hill. As Ediger knocks both down. 3-10. Near steal by Calc. Instead, Maggie's going to get called for a foul. Her first. Team foul number 4 on Paola. 7:31 to go here, second quarter. Milroy catch. Kick. Weber, 3. She's already got 1. Now she's got 2. Weber early in the first quarter knocked down her first one. That kind of set the tone early. Now another steal. Weber again with it. She'll go up, nearly blocked by Clark. Rebound to be determined, and Ediger going to get called. Somebody's going to get called for a foul, not sure who. You got that on Powell. I don't know how you determine who that foul was on, but worked out for Paola. Powell picks up her first, team foul number 6 on the Broncos. Gale to get it in to Ediger. Here's Clark. She's going to put it on the deck and work against Frank. Just tons of contact. Frank all the way stride. Now out in front they go, Weber. Here right side looking to attack. Dish. Off the glass and good on the take by Brooke Powell. She had 2 in the first quarter. Now she's got 2 here in the second quarter. 28-10. Pressure continues to just keep Paola out of sorts. Even when they do break it, they don't get into a half court. They just keep attacking and then make mistakes like that. That's the difference. I think Paola needs to, if they do get across the timeline, force Spring Hill to get into a defense and make Allie Frank beat you in the paint, post up, use your size. That's something that not only does the press cause problems for Paola because they're making turnovers, but it keeps them out of the half court where they'll probably have an advantage in this game. You have one dominant post player, but with Paola, they've got multiple post players who can work it. Here's a shot off the dribble, up and good on a take by Emily Dowd, and she gets her first bucket. They kind of come at you from all over. Does Spring Hill. Here's Calc on the right wing. There you go. Stop. Now work the half court. There it is. Kale off the glass. They had a good opportunity. Should get it back. Ava is going to be a good one for Paola. They can't get it to go through the hole, but they had the chance. Milroy flying up the floor. Layup with the right hand, good. Probably another timeout forthcoming for Paola if they can't get another stop on their next possession. Milroy's first bucket. Ediger push off right side. Now you settle into a half court. That's a low percentage shot. They're lucky to get it to go. Her first field goal of the ball game. She'll try to will them back into this one. Other end of the floor though. Step back from Weber on the way. No good. And rebound pulled out of there by Calc. She's knocked down. Ball's going to go out of bounds and stay with Spring Hill. Hess and Oaks will check in. Calc for Spring Hill. Calc goes out. Pitzer comes in. Also into the ball game is Emerson Smith for the Panthers. And nearly threw it away. He'll be tracked down by Weber. Swatting at it is Ediger. That's a cheap one. Can't get that foul. It's a low percentage, low risk, or high risk, low reward situation there. Swatting at it that far out away from the basket. Into the game back comes Pratt. And that second foul will send Kate back to the bench to rest for a moment. Do not want her to catch that third foul here in this first half. It slows her down mightily. She still had 16 points in the one game she did battle foul trouble. Inbound off left side, Julia Hess. Outside, now move it around. There's Weber, top of the key off to Milroy, guarded by Pitzer. Working out, they missed one there. Boy, good look at one and a good finish. Haley Oaks off the bench. This bench is pretty good for Spring Hill. That might be their difference. They can throw a lot of people at you. They've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 girls who have scored in the first half of this one. And we're just now 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here's off the dribble, Milroy, knocked it out of bounds. Yep, knocked out of there by Brooke Powell. Milroy and Weber, the only starters on the floor right now for Spring Hill. And Kale, the only starter on the floor right now for Paola. Some of these kids just saw each other in a game a little bit ago. Another timeout going to have to be called by Coach Butler as they were starting to run out of time in the backcourt. 4:37 to play here in the first half. 34-12 your score. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther basketball on Paola Sports Live.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
4:37 to play here in the first half, 34-12. It's one of those games you're like, can we stop and go back and restart this thing? It would be a completely different game, I promise you, if that first 11 points don't get on the board. I mean, obviously that's pretty obvious, but I just don't think these two teams are that far separated. I think they're much more even than what the score indicates, and hopefully Paola can figure that out. Maybe they get their own run going, but right now, Coach trying to give them a little bit of a burst. She's used this bench at times to give them a little bit of a spark, and it's worked against Wellsville in the first half of that one where they were down by about 11 points and then came back to get to within 3 at halftime. And that's got to be the conversation now. You want to chop this deficit in half before the end of this first half. So in the next 4:24, try to pull this lead back to a little bit of a manageable decision. There's a near talked away by Clark. Now Milroy splits the defense. Scoop right side. 3 on the way. And a bucket and 1. Fouled a three-point shooter, as that's going to send Emily down to the free throw line to shoot 1 and try to complete the rare 4-point play. She's got 5 points here in this half, all here in the second quarter. And everybody's got the green light on Spring Hill. That's the other thing about it's so impressive is they've got 7, 8 girls. They go deep, and she can't complete the 4-point play. And down, 37-12. Floor Smith trying to shake off and just threw that one right into the hands of the defense. There was nobody really open there. Other end of the floor they go. Knocked around. Pitcher's going to come away with it. This is Smith. That's a low percentage pass, but luckily going to get bailed out on a foul on Kaylee Oakes, her second, team foul number 7. So that's going to send Kale to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1. Ava on the season, 50% 2 of 4 coming into this one. Back comes Kalk, back comes Yates, out goes Pitzer, out goes Smith for Paola, and so now Phillips the only bench player into the ball game for the Panthers, with Ediger still sitting down with those 2 fouls. Gill trying to knock down the front side of a 1-and-1. Catches the front iron, just gets to roll her first bucket, first point of the game. Here's the backside of the 1-and-1 here for Kale. Just missed it. Rebound by Frank, and here she comes. Here they come. Up the floor, off left side for Hess. Dump off inside for Powell. She'll kick. Frank, 3 on the way. Good, man. A little bit different. She's got 12 points already here in the first half. Yates needs some help. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Paola, and they will stay with their press. Got to get some defensive stops here if you are Paola. They are on pace for 100. That's not good. Kalk trying to wrap off. There it is in the half court. I'm telling you, if you can get into the half court, they're going to have a chance. They just haven't had very many opportunities, and that's going to send Kale back to the free throw line to shoot 1-and-1, or shoot 2 rather this time. As fouls on Weber, her second, team 8. Here's the first one from Kale. Good. If Ava makes the same improvements from last week and continues to improve like that, or at least close throughout the season, she's going to be very tough to stop. She was just had leaps and bounds in those first few games, just growing up as a sophomore, getting her most significant varsity playing time, and they're going to need her. Milroy push off left side for Weber. Backside Frank was wide open. There's a shot baseline, no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Milroy. She'll clear it. Weber thought about it. Good close out by Yates. Now dump off inside Powell. Kick. The good ball movement by Spring Hill. Pulled out of there by Milroy. She'll put up the glass and good. You get it across. Now let him fall back in their half-court defense. They spread it out. It's man-to-man all the way. And that pressure is causing problems. Scoop off for Phillips, knocked around. She'll track it down in the backcourt. Yates back with it. Coach joked that she starts 5 post players, and that's not entirely inaccurate. Clark trying to drive. Kale, nope, not there. Stolen away. Yates has done pretty good with ball handling. Milroy, though, all the way. Smallest player on the floor. Up and off the glass. Good. She's got 6. 2:08 to play. There's another steal. I mean, the pressure is just too much. Frank, layup, good. Bad to worse right now. Things not going well. Captain Obvious here. Pitts are getting set to check into the ball game. There's another steal. Just complete lack of focus right now by Paola. Good pass by Milroy. Cleared out there by Frank. She's going to be knocked down, and Allie will get up. Foul going to be called on Kalk. Kalk will pick up her second personal foul. Team foul number 7. It's going to send Frank to the free throw line to shoot. She is 3 for 3 on the night from the charity stripe. Trying to add to this lead that continues to grow here. She makes the first one. It's going to be a matter of fact that they're going to have to get better at pressure, because now teams are going to see two games back-to-back for Paola where they got pressured and did not handle it well and had multiple turnovers, 31 against Frontenac. They're going to be approaching that number again here, and that's going to be the MO. Even teams who don't press are going to put in a press just for Paola if they don't figure out how to break it and work with it. Here they are finally getting the half court again. Kale, she'll catch and fire. 3 on the way. Ooh, just missed it. Skying up there. Frank and Clark going at it. 2 good post players, 2 very good volleyball players as well. Weber on the right side. Here's Frank again for 3. No good. Rebound cleared out there by Kale. That might have been the first time Allie Frank has missed tonight. In front, they'll get it across for Pitzer. She'll pick up her dribble outside for Kalk. Clark, Pitzer, thought about it, pumping. Now she'll give way to Kalk. Kalk working closely against Down. This is a very aggressive man-to-man defense. Outside for Pitzer. Oh, she might have got away with a walk there. Outside Kale. Here's Phillips. She'll attack off the dribble baseline. She's going to be fouled. They're going to say it's on the floor, but it's still shooting 1-and-1. So it's going to send Anna Phillips, the 5'6" junior, averages 1.3 points per ball game. She'll go to the free throw line here to shoot, try to get her first points of the night. The foul was called on Julia Hess, her first team foul. Team foul number 9. First one up and does not go. Rebound by Frank. Three seconds left in the first half. That is one to forget. Hopefully they can. They're going to work for the final shot here of this half. Six seconds, near steal by Phillips. Now into the paint, shot up, no good. Knocked around, Frank gets it back. She'll throw it up, and that's the end of the first half. Well, we'll try to break this one down at halftime. We'll have your halftime scoring in just a moment. Talk about that boys game a little bit as well. Let you know where we're going to round things up the rest of this year and maybe peek ahead into 2021. Boy, love to see that year get here fast enough. Right now at the break, though, 48-15 your score. Panthers struggling here on the road at Spring Hill. We'll talk about it next when we return. You're watching Panther Basketball on your home for Paola High School Athletics, Paola Sports Live, presented by Go Brawley.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Paola and USD 368. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Paola, call 913-294-2110 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
Hey, I'm Mike Rope, here today to encourage you to connect with 811 before you dig.
And I'm Micro, and I'm here because I love to dig in the dirt.
It's true. He's also here because he's very small and not that bright.
Here, for instance, we can see Micro doing what he loves to do.
And here we can see the consequences of not doing what he should have done. Dude, why didn't you call 811?
I forgot the number.
See? Not that bright.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast. Affordable with plans starting at just $34.95. No throttling, no tricks. More upload speed and the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawley.com. Go Brawley, it just works.
Back here at halftime, the Spring Hill Broncos all over the Paola Lady Panthers here in their first game. Do have a boys game coming up a little bit. Both teams out there getting a little shoot in, getting their feet underneath them. I think that's going to be a very competitive ball game. However, I thought this one would be as well, and I'm going to keep going back to it. And some of this is a little bit of a homer view of things, but I don't care. I don't think that Spring Hill Lady Broncos are 30 points, 33 points better than the Paola Panthers. I don't think these two teams play 10 times. I don't think it's going to be a 30-point halftime score. I just think caught them a little bit off, and that pressure continues to bother them a little bit. And hopefully it's not something that stays on throughout the rest of this game, but certainly an area to be improved upon for Paola is handling the pressure, taking care of the basketball, all those good things. We also remember for Paola, a very young team. As far as seniors go, Riley Pratt, who's coming off the bench, she's really doing a nice job, good leader for them. And Lindsay Bodicker is a senior. Chloe Gherkin, who's gotten some of her first minutes tonight, Morgan Clark. So 4 seniors on this team. From a starting standpoint, only one of those guys are seniors. So Kauka sophomore, Edgar a junior, Yates a junior, Kayla sophomore, and then Morgan Clark's the senior. So still youthful, still young, still trying to learn some things. First-year head coach as well. Quarantine off the bat. I'll be the guy who makes the excuse for him. Coach wouldn't. I talked to her about it, and she's like, no, we didn't talk about all the disadvantages we had early on in the season. I think that's the right approach from a team aspect, but as the media guy, I don't care. I'll tell you why. I think they're a little bit behind the 8 ball right now and struggling here in this ball game, but hopefully they'll get things a little bit cleaned up in the second half. Hopefully it doesn't end this way, but we will see in the second half. Your halftime totals forced for Spring Hill, well, they do a good job spreading around. 7 girls in the scoring total, and they played 8 in that first half as well. Leading them right now, Allie Frank, the 6-foot senior, averaging 21 points a game. She's got 16 at the break, including 5 for 5 from the free throw line. 8 points from Jenna Weber, 2 behind the arc, so 6 points of her 8 from downtown. 6 points from Kate Milroy, 6 points from Kaylee Oakes, 5 points for Emily Dowd, 4 points from Brooke Powell, 3 points from Meredith Todd for the Broncos. So they're one of their top scorers in Meredith Todd right now, only with 3 points from behind the arc. 8 points from Kate Ediger, including 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Paola's only got 2 field goals in that first half. They went 11 of 13 for the free throw line, so if you're going to find a bright spot, that's it. 11 of 13 is a pretty good percentage. 6 of 6 for Kate. 3 points from Ava Kale, all from the free throw line as well, on 3 of 4 shooting. 2 points from Morgan Clark, that's one of the field goals, and 2 points from Maggie Kalk on 2 for 2 from the free throw line. And so that's it for Paola here at halftime. We'll take another quick break. We'll come back. We'll talk about that, boys, when we return here at halftime. 48-15 your score. You're watching on Paola Sports Live.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is the area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you place that faulty trimmer or mower, bring it to Hers and let their experts get you back to work. Hers also takes care of hydraulic hoses, cylinder reseal, and mechanical control cables, such as push-pull, brake, throttle, and more. Plus, they carry quality equipment like Bobcat mowers, Steiner tractors, grass trimmers, and more. Hers is even a UPS drop-off station. To learn more,
Come and visit us at hersinc.net.
Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible in dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
Back at it once again here at halftime. The Spring Hill Broncos on top of the Paola Panthers in this one, 48-15. You have a boys game coming up in just a little bit. The Paola Panthers 4-0, coming off a 53-28 win over Frontenac on Friday. Won against Perry 38-29, Wellsville 56-45. All last week in their tournament. They're in Paola, and then Baldwin 66-36. They won against Panthers won against Baldwin in their first game of the year. Opponent tonight, Spring Hill Broncos 1-2. They played some tough opponents in Leavenworth, Lansing, and Shawnee Mission South. Beat Leavenworth and lost a close one to Lansing, and then lost a very lopsided game against Shawnee Mission South, 79-38. So they're kind of reeling a little bit. Lost 2 straight coming off of that one. I think it'll be a very good test for Paola. And I think it'll be an opportunity really for them to see if they deserve that number 2 ranking they've got right now, and can continue to build on that momentum and take the accolades when they come, take those rankings when they come, put them in perspective, and then keep playing basketball. Hopefully we'll see that tonight here from the Panthers. Final game of 2020 coming up on Friday as we head back to Paola to take on the Ottawa Cyclones. That'll be a very good matchup. Ottawa, a very good basketball school and a very good team here of late. And we'll see. I think the next 2 games are going to be a good test for the boys' side of things, and kind of give them an opportunity to see where they exactly are going into the break. And then a longer than normal moratorium. Talked to a couple coaches already this week about trying to figure out. A lot of coaches will install a little bit of what they can do, get through those first few games, and then over the Christmas break, they'll install the rest of their offense, defense, presses, press breakers, stuff like that. But they're not going to have as much time with their kids over the break as they normally do because of the moratorium, and can't go back. No games until at least January 8th, when typically it picks up that first week of January. And so we will see how that affects teams, but certainly Panthers could use all the practice they can get, just trying to get some things squared away on the pressure side of things. But if they get in the half court, they're pretty tough to beat. But you got to fight people like Kate Milroy right there, who's giving Takaya Yates all she wants, and then a steal going the other end by Dowd. Dowd with the left hand up off the glass and good, and the foul. Boy, that's a foul. And some of the stuff I saw in that first half wasn't. That's confusing to me. But Dowd has 5 points already at the break. She's now got 7 as we head into the third quarter of play. And Dowd can't get it to complete, but Weber gets the rebound. And Todd knocks down her second three of the ball game, her second field goal of the ball game as well, and the Broncos picked up right where they left off. Kale, top of the key. Clark just left of the circle, over to Count. Got to get it down into Ediger, trying to. Ediger back battling, and Kate going to get called a jump ball. Boy, that was going to be tough. Some of it's just the Panthers a step behind. Where the opening is, it's there, but it's only there for a moment, and they don't get there, and then they try to force it once it closes. You've got to find those open people and get it to them on time. Otherwise, you'll find yourself doing what they've done. Dump off from Todd to Frank, and she puts it up off the glass, contested with a hand on her and still able to get it to go. She's got 18, 55-15. This is uncharted territory for me. I'm not seeing a lot of games this one side in a long time. Here's Ediger, dump off Clark. Morgan just trying to get something to go, can't get it to go. And pulled out of there by Milroy. She's going to push it. Speedy, long pass, up in front, Todd. Trying to go, good defense by Takaya Yates. And Yates can end up with it. It's a good effort by Takaya. She'll push it, going the other way. Step up, kick off, left side count. There's Kale, wrap around down inside, turn around, jumper off the glass. No, just slid it in. It's a great take by Ava Kale, her first field goal of the ball game. 55-17. There's Milroy to the corner for Todd. 3, good. She's pretty good at that. She's got 9 all from downtown. 58-17. It's awfully early for Coach Freegon to pull off the Dogs, but might start thinking about that a little bit. 40-point differential, 41 point. There's Frank on a steal. Up to Milroy, going the other way. In transition, Weber on the left wing. She'll drive baseline, hit hard. No, oh my gosh. Weber, what in the world? I'm not sure what those guys are seeing. They called a foul on a shot a moment ago where barely made any contact. That time, poor Weber gets knocked around twice. She's still trying to get her eyesight going in the right direction, and there's no foul. I praise the consistency of the first half. It's waning here in the third quarter. 58-17. That's frustrating, and that's not even the team I'm calling for. Just don't want to see kids get knocked around like that. Edgar the other night was getting hit pretty hard against Frontenac. That ball gets kicked out of bounds off of the heel of Edgar and out of bounds. It'll go back to Spring here with 5:28 to go in this third quarter. They'll slow it down, Dowd to bring it up the floor across the timeline. Off left side for Todd. Dump off inside, trying to get it worked into Oaks. Knocked away, here comes Yates up the floor. She'll push one up off the glass, no good, but she is going to go to the free throw line. Will Takaya Yates. Her first trip to the line tonight. She's 100%, 5 for 5 on the season coming into this ball game. And a timeout going to be taken by Coach Freegon. We'll take it along with him. 5:09 to play in the third quarter. 58-17 your score. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther basketball.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Paola and USD 368. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Paola, call 913-294-2110 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
The 8-17, 5:09 to play in the third quarter. There's walked into a buzzsaw here this evening. Yates trying to get her first bucket in the ball game, and she does. A very good free throw shooter is the junior. Perfect on the year, 7 for 7. 58-19. Dowd off left side for Hess. Hess quickly up to the top of the key. Catch and fire three by Todd. That one kissed the glass a little bit, crashing the boards, knocked it out of bounds. Off of Paola, off of Spring Hill, and back to Paola it goes. Here's Kalk with it. Stolen away nearly by Todd. Gathered back up by Yates. Here's Ediger on the left side. She'll look to attack. It's closed off. Very good defense by Spring Hill tonight. Obviously a heck of a lot of offensive output as well, but their defense has been very tough. Ava Kale, though, starting to force the issue a little bit. She's got both her field goals here in the second half. She's got 7 points. 58-21. Other end. Yates. A little bit of a run perhaps here for the Panthers. Yates puts it up and in. She's got 4 second half points, 4 for the ball game. 58-23. Your coach say anticipate where the ball is going, get there, cause that pressure. You're gonna have to go all out here the final minutes of this one. Another turnover forced by the Panthers. Another Yates. Yates take it up. She is fouled. Nakaya head over heels, or heels over head, however you want to say it. Whatever it is, if I had just done it, EMS paramedics would have been called. If you find me in that situation, I don't know. It's going to be a bad day. And you better bring some help. Pick me up. And so at the free throw line is Takai Yates. 2 for 2 on the night from the stripe. 3 for 3 now. Trying to will her team back into this one. Long way to go. 58-24. 3:51 to go here in the third. Out goes Todd. Out goes Oaks for Spring Hill. Back in comes Milroy and Frank. Yates just missed her first free throw of the year. Ediger tangled up with it. Jump ball. And Allie Frank and Kate Ediger. I'm sure Frank has met a fighter quite like Kate Ediger. Not sure I've seen many either. There's a good pass in for Kale. Kale working against Frank. Rebound, though, by Ediger, and now a foul going to be called against Brooke Powell, I believe, underneath. It's her third on Powell. Team foul number 3 on Spring Hill. They're going to say it was on the floor. Phillips into the ball game, nearly stolen away. It is stolen away. Milroy and Anna picks up that foul. A lot of times you're the one that coughed it up. You're the one to pick up that foul as well. Her first, I believe. Team foul number 2 here in the second half on Paola. 58-24, 3:45 to go in the third. Emerson Smith going to check in and replace Kai Yates. Yates needs a break. She doesn't want to come out. She's been the spark so far here over the last couple of minutes for them. But coach knows she's going to need that down the stretch, and give her a break when you can. Pits her into the ball game as well for Paola. Off left side for Weber. Dump off inside, knocked off the foot and out of bounds. Another turnover by Spring Hill. Julia Hess indicating, hey, where's that foul? You ain't going to get it, sister. Not down in there. It's no holds barred. No holds barred in there. At the elbow for Ediger. Wrap around. Kale working on Frank. Nearly lost it, and now foul going to be called as they're tangling up. As the foul is on Oaks. And Oaks is going to pick up her third personal foul as well. Team foul number 4 on Spring Hill. Pitcher inbound from underneath her own basket. A short-lived break for Yates. She comes right back in, replaces Phillips. Todd, short break as well. Oaks is going to come out of there. And back in comes Todd. Get it in for Ediger. She'll put it up off Weber. Blocked it. Now swatting away at it. Weber going to go the other direction. Approaching the 3-minute mark here in the third. Milroy, top of the key. Man-to-man here for Paola. Driving, Hess, little runner in the lane, no good. Missed it, rebound though, Todd. Right place, right time, into Frank. Frank puts it up. Boy, Allie Frank's pretty good at catching that ball high, keeping it high, and shooting it high, and she's got 20 points, nearly meeting her average. Well, the running clock most likely in the fourth quarter. 2:36 to go here in this third, though. And ball knocked around and stolen away once again by Spring Hill. Milroy. Todd on the right side, dump off inside Frank, turnaround off the glass, no, slides it in over the top. And she's got 6 second half points, 22 for the ball game. Give and go, good look there, nice dish by Pitzer. Smith can't finish. Ediger comes flying in there, knocks over Emerson Smith. And coach might want to think about a timeout. There's another one on the other end, but Juliet Hess gets it to go. Nothing else, just try to regroup, and there it is. By Coach Butler. Just, you see a little body language, a little frustration on the face of these girls, and completely understandable. Things have not gone the way they wanted here this evening, down by 40. Minute 48 to go here in the third quarter. It's a full timeout, we'll take it. We're back in 30, you're watching Panther basketball.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible and dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
Question: what will you find on all over-the-counter or OTC medicine packages to help you choose the right drug and use it safely? The answer: the drug facts label. This label lists the medicine's active ingredients and purpose, how much to take, and warnings you should know before using it. Remember, even OTC medicines you buy without a prescription can cause side effects you don't want. So follow the information listed on the drug facts label. For more information, visit fda.gov/drug facts label. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
64-24 your score. You see it there at the bottom of your screen. Paola basketball coming out of the timeout. The elbow for Ediger. Kate runs into her own player in Yates, and it's going to be a jump ball coming out of that timeout. It'll stay in favor of Paola. Going to be a gut check here for this Panther team. These girls are going to have a reconsider. That's going to be a foul against Ediger. Yeah, she's taking a little bit of her frustration out on Spring Hill that time, pushing, trying to get position, and she's going to pick up her third personal foul. Will Ediger. This will check your resolve a little bit. A game like this where, you know, Frontenac, you didn't expect to, you didn't know what to expect. To come in, they're pressing, and obviously it's a lot. But this has been a little bit more of a just win here by Spring Hill. Obviously Frontenac's very good, but and this is one of your rival teams too, so it's going to hurt a little bit more, I think. And so it's just going to make you want, if you go to work all tomorrow to get ready for Friday, it'll check your want to a little bit. Off left side for Hess. She'll scoop it off. Weber swing it around over to Dowd. wanting to work it down in there for Frank. Still surprised. Starting 5 on the floor for Spring Hill. Dump off inside Frank. Knocked out of there by Kale. Catch on the way. Shot no good by Dowd. Rebound pulled out of there by Pitzer. Pitzer going to push it. She'll give it up for Yates. Will set the offense here for the Panthers. Off left side for Kalk. Allie Frank's presence in the paint defensively has caused some problems as well. Morgan Clark, nothing to speak of. 2 points early in the game. There's a 3 by Yates, no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Frank. All the way up the floor they go. Not handled very well by Hess. Out of bounds it goes. Said all starters. Hess is not a starter, and so 4 out of 5 on the floor for Spring Hill. 4 out of 5 on the floor for Paola as well. Pitzer the lone bench player as Edgar's going to come back in with those 3 fouls, with just 41 seconds left here in this third. Just got to be smart. Don't pick up number 4 here in this quarter. Get to the fourth with those 2 to give. One to give, I guess. Yates will bring it across the timeline. At the elbow, Clark. There it is. Dump off inside Edgar. Not real clean. Fought around. Gathered up by Kale, and Kale is going to be fouled. Maybe Kale bails him out on the backside. She's done a nice job here in the second half. She's got 4 points. She's got 7 for the ball game. 3 or 4 of the night on the night from the stripe, all in the first half. And trying to add to that here. First one's up and rolls off. On the take by Kale. Panthers, one bright spot, I guess, tonight. They are 14 of 15. No, 14 of 18 from the free throw line, so that's been pretty good. Foul going to be called against Paola. Edgar picks up her 4th foul. Question her coming out there with 41 seconds to go in the third quarter. Probably let her finish out the quarter on the bench and give her 2 fouls in that fourth quarter. But now she's on the bench here with 19 seconds. Outside. They're going to work for the final shot here of the quarter. There's 6 seconds on the clock. Kick. Weber. Dowd, or Todd rather, that's who they wanted to have that shot from down long range, and she can't get it to go. That's the end of 3. Well, there's been better nights in Panther basketball, but plenty of room for improvement. Try to get it squared away when they can. Right now, not great. Take a quick break. We'll come back. Fourth quarter coming up next right here on Paola Sports Live.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Well, here we go into the fourth quarter of this one. The trail by 40 here at the break. We'll have running clock here in this fourth quarter. Spring Hill to have it as we come out of the timeout. Here's a 3 on the way by Julia Hess. She gets closed out big and gets knocked down. That's typically a foul, not tonight. 67-24 at the elbow for Clark. Morgan's got to pull the trigger on that one. Of course, she does have 6-foot Frank in front of her. Here's Yates, pull up from the free throw line, knocked around, no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Frank. Here they go the other end. And Hess walked with it. And so a turnover by Spring Hill. This is the largest lead of the ball game now here at this point. 43 points. Yates push off right side at the elbow for Clark. Dump off Kale. They've had that. Todd's done a pretty good job on Kale at times down inside. Ava's trying to get going. Other end they go. Weber working against Yates. Kick out. Todd for three on the way. No good. Not entirely sure they should be pulling the trigger on those in a 43-point game with the running clock, but here we go. On cue. Here come the reserves. 5 new bodies into the floor. These girls were just playing a little bit ago in a JV game, most of them. And so that'll be the end of the starters most likely in this one. 6.5 to go here in the ball game. Boys game coming up in just a little bit. Make sure you stick around for that one. I think it'll be more competitive than we've seen here tonight, but I'm still going to contest. You can argue with me if you want. I don't think Spring Hill's 40 points better than Paola. Certainly not by the end of this year. I think they get a chance to play again. They do late in the year. We'll get a chance to see and test that theory. First-year head coach, limited practice time. Dump off inside Kale. She's spun around as Kai was throwing it to her, and out of bounds it goes. Off right side for Tessa Dawson, who's in the ball game. Looked around, here's Free gone. And loose ball, jump ball. In comes Pitzer, out goes Yates, in comes Pratt, out goes Clark. At the elbow, Calc trying to get into Kale, and she is banged around down low by Oaks. Oaks going to pick up her 4th personal foul. It'll be team foul number 6 on Spring Hill. Inbound, Calc off the glass, good in the foul. Some bright spot here for them as Maggie Calc gets her first field goal of the ball game. She's 2 for 2 from the night, on the night from the stripe, and she'll try to make it 3 for 3 in this one. And she does make it. 3 for 3. Off right side. Powell. Continuation. She's got a good little move. Saw that in the JV. That was a good one there for Brooke Powell. And she will add to their total. Here's Kale off the glass. No good. Knocked around. Trying to reach in there. Zediger to pick up her 5th foul nearly. Surprised she didn't get it. Leading the charge up in front is Carol Callan. Here's Powell. Drive. Callan, layup with the right hand, good. She'll be in the box score. Off right side for Pratt. Nearly knocked out of her hands. Calc, dump off, good look by Maggie, good finish by Kale. Those two working together nicely. Ava's got 6 second-half points. She's got 9 for the ball game. They're just getting subs in, rotate them in and out. These two teams will meet again February 9th in Paola. February 9th in Paola. Mark my words, it will not be a 40, 50-point game. If I had a sports book, I'd start taking bets, but I'm not going to do that. I don't think it's exactly legal. I just don't think I think if this game even starts differently, I've said that about seasons in the past before, that I've been a part of teams and followed teams broadcasting-wise, that, man, this team wins 2 games to start the season, they might win them all. If they lose 1 game to start the season, they might lose 5. It's the same way with games sometimes. You go down 11-0 in a game, sometimes it's just hard to get that mojo back that you thought you were going to have going into the game. And I also think Paola's going to get better at handling pressure throughout this season and learn a few things with some of these youngsters. It's going to make things different. I also think a first-year head coach, not her first year as a head coach, but first year here, she'll make some adjustments as things move on as well. Pratt trying to bring up the floor. She'll give away to Phillips. She'll call it out here with 2:15. There's a near steal, nearly knocked away by Abby Sioma. I didn't write down the right name, I don't think. There's a steal going the other way. I think Phillips touched that one as she was laying halfway out of bounds. It'll be Spring Hill ball. Under 90 seconds to play in this one. Good inbound there and knocked it out of bounds. It'll go back to Paola, however, here with a minute 22 and counting. Pratt going to bring it up here in one of the final possessions of this ball game. We'll have post-game briefly, recap this one for a moment. Get you set for the boys' game. Hear from Paola head basketball coach Dave Cash. All coming up on the Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Lohr's Orthodontics pregame show in just a little bit. Talk a little bit about where you'll find us on Friday as well. And a foul going to be called against Spring Hill. It's going to send Phillips to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1. Foul's called on Elena Freegon. And Phillips to shoot the front side of a 1 and 1. Up, no good. And a foul going to be called on Phillips on the floor. And this will most likely be the final possession if they can just hold it out here for Spring Hill. Trying to weave their way to victory. Off right side. Looking to attack, 4 seconds. Freegon for 3, no good. Gets her own rebound, but that's the end of the ball game. 71-29, your final here in this one. One, I'm not going to say forget about because I think it's one you can learn from, but you'll have to shake it off quickly, get back to work, and play again on Friday as the Panthers head back home. Friday pregame coverage start around 5:45. Tip-off set for 6 o'clock as they welcome in the Ottawa Cyclones. We'll have that game for you right here on Paola Sports Live. But tonight, not in the cards for the Panthers. 71-29, your final score. We'll talk about it when we return. You're watching Panther basketball in your home for Paola High School Athletics. Paola Sports Live, presented by Go Brawley. It just works.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
So, what is love? Love is being independent. Love is dancing. At Shriners Hospital for Children, love is a new smile.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. Learn how you can send your love to the rescue at lovetotherescue.org.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at Hers, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
Come and visit us at hersinc.net.
Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Back out here to Paola, or to Spring Hill High School. Paola Panthers on the girls' side fall tonight, 71-29. Leading scorers in this one. First up for Spring Hill, 22 points from Allie Frank. 5 of 5 from the free throw line as well. She's a dominant player and a very good one for Spring Hill. They also have 8 girls score tonight, and all in the 6 to 5, 7-point range. 1 9-point performance by Meredith Todd, all from behind the arc for her. For Paola, obviously not a great night offensively. 9 points from Ava Kale. First time she's led them in scoring. 9 points for her, 6 of those in the second half. She went 3 for 5 from the free throw line as well. 8 points from Kate Ediger on 6 of 6 free throw shooting. Just 1 field goal for Kate. 6 points from Maggie Kalk. 5 points from Takaya Yates and 2 points from Morgan Clark. 15 and 19 from the free throw line. A bright spot for Paola. Got to find those silver linings when you can. Panthers fall to 2-2 on the season, and Spring Hill moves to 2-2 on this young year. It's going to do it for us for our girls' action. Turn our attention to the boys as the 4-0 Paola Panthers get ready to take on the 1-2 Spring Hill Broncos. Panthers coming off a tournament win. They went 3 for 3 in a round-robin tournament. That gives them the tournament victory there against in the Paola Invitational. Big-time leaders Bo Robinson and Trey Moala. 18.3 points per ball game for Trey, and 17 points per ball game for Bo. Bo also close to double-digit rebounds on the season. Those two have really worked together nicely, and then guys are starting to step up all around them. Garrett Williams, 4 points a game, 4 points a game for Brock Pitzer. These guys are going to be needed. You got to have that depth. You got to have some guys coming off the bench. Logan Newkirk's provided good minutes. Carson Baines had some good minutes off the bench. Caden Ramey as well. And so Aiden Morris has had a few minutes as well in this one. Paola, they did get that number 2 ranking in Class 4A. Coach not going to put a lot of pressure on that to talk about that much. Just addressed it briefly, I think, with his kids and moved on. We'll talk with Coach about that in just a moment. Broncos at 1-2. They're led by Cooper Jones, 6'1", senior, averages 13 points a game. And then Ryan Baker, a 6'2" senior, averages 11 points per contest. Those two will be key. Evan Letillier, good athletic kid, their quarterback in football, 6'2" senior, one of the quarterbacks. And then Luke Medkoff, 6'2", sophomore for them. And then Cody Powell, a 6-foot senior. And so other than Metcalf, all seniors in that starting lineup. We'll see how that plays into this one and see if the Panthers can keep it rolling off to a 4-0 start. They've had their own share of running clocks, but on the other side of things. And we'll see if they can have that here happen tonight. Take a quick break. We come back. We'll hear from the head coach of the Panthers, Dave Cash. All that here on the Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics pregame show. They're committed to providing quality health care to families in Miami County. A comprehensive approach to oral care. Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. Learn more at ironhorsedental.com or drlaurasortho.com. And, of course, Paola Sports Live is presented by Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Experience a new kind of internet with Go Brawley. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit gobrawley.com. We'll hear from Coach Cash when we return on the Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics pregame show here on Paola Sports Live.
It just works.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast. Priced right, with plans starting at $34.95. No throttling, no tricks, more upload speed, and the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawley.com. Go Brawley. It just works.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
Welcome back to the Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics pregame show here on Paola Sports Live as we get set for the backside of a high school basketball doubleheader as the Paola Panthers make the trip up 169 to take on the Spring Hill Broncos. Joining us now, the head coach of the Panthers, Dave Cash. And, Coach, we go back to tournament week last week. 3 wins in a row. You guys are 4-0, off to a pretty good start against Wellsville and Perry and Frontenac. You know, at times you guys were dominant in those games. At times you let them kind of climb back into it as well. Just kind of an overall perspective on how you think tournament week went for you guys.
It was a good test early for us. You know, it's always good early in the year to get some games in a row to see how your kids respond and react to different things. I thought we did some really good things at times, and you're right. At times we lost a little bit of focus and turned the ball over a little bit. But overall, I was pretty pleased with our effort on both ends of the floor. Definitely moving forward, we're going to see some different things, especially tonight with Spring Hill. So, it's good before break. I told our guys, we've got 2 games this week too. So, it'll be a good test for us.
Well, obviously the 2 guys that stood out big was Bo Robinson and Trey Moala. Those guys are every bit as good as what we expected and what you need for them to be. They're different too. That's what's maybe going to be tough for teams to match up with. That they do different things. If you have 2 guys that are 6'5" and athletic who pack it down inside, that's one thing. It's another thing, guys that can move. Talk about those 2 individually and the differences and the similarities that make them so good.
Well, first with Trey, he's had a lot of experience playing over the last couple of years, and he's done a very solid job for us. The thing with Trey, he can do a lot of things pretty well.
Yeah.
He can handle it when we need him to. He drives the ball pretty good. He's really developed his shot over the last year, and so with Trey, we like that. With Bo, he's really come on over the last year. Very athletic. Has really come a long ways with his ball handling skills, and he's a really good rebounder, does a really good job on the boards for us. But he's really come along here just the last year. So both great guys, both great teammates for the other guys. That's probably, we talk about things that stand out with them. They just work. They come to practice every day. They're good role models for their teammates as well as their classmates, and it's really enjoyable to coach both of them.
Obviously, those guys were relatively known commodities coming into the year, so you knew what you were going to get from them. The rest of the roster, though, as it's kind of developed here over the first 4 games of the season, have you seen some guys who have worked their way in or some bright spots? I thought in that Frontenac game, Brock Pitzer really showed up big and showed the type of player that he can be and what you need him to be.
Yeah, and Brock, he's another senior that does a solid job for us.
Mm-hmm.
Knows what he can do and knows what he can't do, and most of the time doesn't try to do things that he can't do. Good role player for us, as well as some of the other guys. Our guys that are coming off the bench, Bame, Newkirk, Caden Ramey, they're all solid guys that know what their role is and are still trying to figure out a little bit. But again, they're trying to do, what they can to help the team, and they're great teammates as well.
Well, I'm going to ask you because I'm a media guy and that's what we do. But KBCA rankings come out this week, number 2 in Class 4A. Obviously, it's very, very early in the season, and not everybody's seen everybody, and still a lot of road ahead of you. How do you approach that? Do you address that with your kids? Do you make sure they don't let themselves get caught up in it as well? What's the approach from Coach Cash?
Well, I'm not sure who votes on that. I thought it was the coaches, but I'm not quite sure how that came about. But, we were discussing it last night with our guys. I don't pay attention to that stuff. I guess some people do. I really don't look at that. I told our guys, whether we've won 4 games in a row or lost 4 games in a row, or, I don't pay attention to that. Our main focus is, let's get better every day. The bottom line is you're shooting for the end of the year, to win your last 2 or 3 games to get to the state tournament. And along the way, basketball's a crazy game, and it's a long season. And, we take the ups and downs and we keep trudging away. And I think as long as we do that and keep working hard in practice and keep focused on what we need to do, I think we'll be fine.
All right, on to the task at hand. The Spring Hill Broncos make the road trip up here. What do you know of Coach Book's team, and what's it going to take here tonight to get a win?
Well, first of all, they're always well coached. Yeah. Coach Book does a good job with them. They have some guys back that have been really effective. They have a couple of league kids, and Jones and Weber, really good guards. Jones, he handles it real well. He's a scorer. He can shoot it. Just a real solid player for them. Same thing with Weber. He's longer. He's kind of deceiving. Same thing. He can get to the basket pretty good and shoots a pretty good mid-range game as well as can shoot the 3. A lot of other guys, from what I've seen on film, a lot of other guys have stepped in and did a good job for him. So they'll be solid. I mean, they're probably going to be one of the best teams we've played so far, and actually in our league they will be very competitive. In my opinion, they're going to be a tough out for everybody. So it'll be a good test for us. I'm looking forward to it. I think our guys are looking forward to it. We need something like this, and before Christmas break, we want to see where we're at.
Well, I'm sure they'll be ripe to take down the number 2 ranked team in Class 4A, Coach. I appreciate your time as always. Good luck tonight.
I appreciate it, BJ.
Head coach of the Paola Panthers, Dave Cash, joining us here on the pregame show. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. Game starts right after this on Paola Sports Live.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible in dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Paola and USD 368. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Paola, call 913-294-2110 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Welcome back out here live to Spring Hill High School. BJ Harris along with you as we get set for the backside of this doubleheader as the Paola Panthers get ready to take on the Spring Hill Broncos. It's moments away from the starting lineups in here, so we'll do our starting lineups as well. Brought to you by Hers Incorporated, your area Bobcat mower dealer. Start next year's mowing season with a great Bobcat mower. Take your mower in for a full tune-up, working on all types of small engines. Hers also has you covered when it comes to hydraulic hoses and cylinder repair. To learn more, go to hersinc.net or call 913-247-3530. First out for Spring Hill, it'll be number 1, Cooper Jones, 6'1", senior, averaging 13 points a game. Number 14, Evan Letillier, 6'2", senior. Number 15, Ryan Weber, a 6'2", senior, averaging 11 points per ball game. Number 20, Luke Metcalf, a 6'2", sophomore. Number 24, Cody Powell, a 6' senior. They're doing an opposite of me and having the Paola starters go in right now. We'll do them right now. Number 10, Garrett Williams, a 6' senior, averaging 4 points per ball game, 33% from the free throw line as well, limited opportunities. Number 14, Bo Robinson, second leading scorer, the 6'4" senior, averaging 17 points per ball game. Number 24, Logan Newkirk. Just double checking to make sure you got Newkirk. Going to get start here as well for Paola, 6' junior, averages 1.3 points per ball game. Number 25, Trey Moala, 6'5", junior, leading scorer, 18.3 points per night, 70% from the free throw line as well. Their leader at that. And number 34, Brock Pitzer, a 6' senior, averaging 4 points a game. I think Brock had his best ball game tonight against Frontenac. Panthers are coached by Dave Cash. You just heard from him. The Broncos are coached by Wes Book. And Book was a standout at Emporia State. Coach Butler, the girls coach for Paola, standout at Emporia State. I think those two were probably there about the same time. I bet they know one another. And it'll be Paola basketball as we get things underway here in this one, in this first quarter. Got one job every time. Moala, kick, Newkirk. Shot no good, just off the front rim and out of bounds it goes. It will go to Spring Hill for their first possession of the ball game. Weber going to bring it to the floor for Spring Hill from right to left. At the elbow for Letillier. Kick back to Weber on the right wing. Top of the key. Catch. Jones. Three. No good. Rebound Moala. Here come the Panthers. From left to right. Trey. Backing. Wanted Pitzer to go baseline. He's got him. Brock up off the glass. Can't finish. Rebound though. Robinson. He'll put it up. He can't get it to go. Newkirk's there. Ball knocked around. Here comes Letillier in transition. At the elbow, bounce pass, Cooper Jones. Jones shot no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Moala. There's a lid on it. Here comes Moala going the other way. Minute in, we've had some shots. Nothing's gone down. He'll scoop off for Newkirk. Hard pass. I think went off the foot. Actually, have Spring Hill player. Took a funny bounce out of bounds, but all the people in this gym, I'm the only one who saw it, so I'm going to say I might have been wrong. It happens once a year, and I was about to get to the end of this year without having it. Well, here we go. At the elbow for Letillier. Now Weber on the right wing. Letillier swing it left side for Jones. Catch. Three on the way. That hit the riser on the three-point take by Cody Powell, and out of bounds it goes back to the Panthers. No score thus far. We had 10 points in the game already, I think, by this point in the girls' contest. Boys are shooting it. That's not going down. Here's Newkirk. He'll hold out high. Scoop off for Robinson. Williams attacking. Good job kick. Newkirk. Another set three on the way. Good. And a foul. Now they're going to say underneath the basket. They're going to take that shot off, I think. They should count the shot, I think, and give the foul still. At one point, they talked about waving that shot off. I think they do count the basket, so that's a big three for Newkirk to get him off the schneid, and a foul called on Robinson, his first. And so Paola going to stake the early lead on a three-pointer by Logan Newkirk. Off left side. Letillier guarded by Moala. There's a couple of tall athletes. Hand off for Jones. Jones thought about it from way deep. Not going to take that one. Just left of the circle. Back, catch. Metcalf with it. He'll give to Jones. Jones attacks. Dish, swing it. Letillier for three on the way. No good. Moala with another rebound. Trey cleaning the glass already. Williams driving. Take one. Shot no good. They're going to call a charge on Garrett Williams. Tough break there for Garrett. Team foul number 2. First one on Garrett. And back to the Broncos. Foul, I think, away from the ball, perhaps. Or right there at the ball. Look down for a moment. Call that on Pitzer, his first, team 3. Metcalf inbound for the Broncos. Weber hold out high. Stolen away by Pitzer. Brock, the other end of the floor. No foul. Here come the Broncos going the other way. Good crossover there by Weber. He'll take it all the way up around Moala. No foul there either. And here come the Panthers. Newkirk going to hold out high. Carson Bain getting ready to check into the ball game for the Panthers. He will come in and give Newkirk a break. That puts Moala into the ball handling position and puts Bame underneath the basket when those two make that change. And Carson's done a nice job coming in off the bench, sixth man tonight. He's giving them a big spark when he's played. 4:49 to go first quarter, 3-0. Fadeaway on the way from Moala, swish. 23-footer good by Moala. And a 5-0 run. Panthers have had a run in every game that they've had this season of double-digit margin, I believe, except for maybe one an 8-0 run at one point, I think, against Wellsville. And trying to answer back is Weber, and he does. He drops in his own triple. And that will get them off a 5-0 run to begin things for the Panthers. Bame with it on the left wing. Here's Williams. Swing it quickly around. Pitzer over to the right corner from Moala. Moala back outside for Bame. He'll look to attack on Jones. Nothing there. And dish. Midway point of the first quarter. Williams attacks. Dump off Moala. Backing on Weber. Nope. Going to kick it. Back outside Williams. He wants to drive it. Panthers have proven to be patient when they've needed to be. Spring Hill likes it. Says they're good defense, and they've had to be patient in a zone scheme. It's tougher when you're in the man. There's a walk by Bame, and they do get it. Coach Book might have helped out with that one a little bit. Out of the ball game goes Powell. Into the ball game comes Metcalf. Also in is Reese Clowder for Spring Hill. He's got it at the elbow. No, that's Metcalf rather. Scoop off. There's Clowder. He'll look to attack. Scoop with the left hand. No good. Rebound. Moala. Trey going to lead the charge as well. 3:20 to go first quarter. 5-3. Panthers on the corner for Robinson. Back to Trey. Well, he gets it down there. He's probably going up, and it's more times than not going in, and that's a good example of it right there. They'll add to the lead. 7-3. Largest lead of the ball game is 5. Sits at 4 right now. On the right side for Jones. Cooper will drive, elevate, just inside the free throw line. No good. Nearly tipped back in by Weber. He does get the rebound, though. Back around, then he threw it away. Clowder, I think, was trying to go to Jones and just threw it out of bounds. And John Mitchell going to come into the ball game for Spring Hill. He'll replace Jones. Newkirk comes back in. He's going to give Williams a break. .250 to go first quarter, 7-3. Panthers in front. Bame with it on the right side. Here's Newkirk. Caden Ramey, who's checked into the game as well. He'll go baseline. Caden working on Letellier. Scoop. Ramey into the paint. Good move by Caden. He gets the roll to go as well. One of the best post moves we've seen so far from Ramey. And now the largest lead of the game is 6. Off left side. Looking to attack, elevate. 12-footer on the way, no good. Moala trying to get it, he does. Trey's crashing the boards hard tonight. Ramey going the other way, a little continuation, a little flop, and a bucket. No, they call a charge. That was bad. Theater class is down the hall. It was a good acting job. Earned it. Should have been a bucket for Caden Ramey. Frustration from the announcer. On the right side. Here's a 3 all the way by Metcalf. No good off the front rim. Bame's going to try to track it down. Can't get there. Clowder will come out of there with it. Working against Bame. Good move there by Clowder. Kick. Move it around Letellier on the right wing. Top of the key for Metcalf. Mitchell. Backward to the right side from Letellier. Looking to attack Weber. He'll scoop up with the right hand. Good. Nice take there for Weber. Ryan Weber's got all 5 of their points here in this first quarter. Drive. Bo Robinson off the glass. No good. And another charge. Not sure about that one either. Can't be directly underneath the basket. You've got to be out a little ways. They typically don't call those when you're standing underneath the basket. And charge game is strong with these ones. It's the second foul on Robinson. Other end of the floor, Weber again, and Ryan Weber. Off right side, Pitzer. Panthers little run here by Spring Hill. Panthers need to quell that. Newkirk on the left corner. Out there, Moala. He'll pull the trigger on a tray on the way. No good. And pulled out of there by Mitchell for Spring Hill. John Mitchell, 5'8" sophomore, coming off the bench. Baseline Clouder, kick, quickly, around, Metcalf, three, no good. Knocked around, to be determined. Moala again, helped out by Caden Ramey. And Moala going to bring up the floor. 38 seconds, Spring Hill fell behind by 6. Now they've gotten to within 2. Panthers want to end the first quarter on the high note they started it on. Ramey with it on the left wing. Back around Bame. Thought about it. He'll drive now. Good take by Carson Bame. They're going to say it's on the floor. Boy, the Panthers have missed some opportunities. If the Panthers get half the points on this end of the floor they've had taken off the board, it's a different story here to close out. It's still going to be their ball. It's going to be a foul on Metcalf, his first. Team foul number 1 on Spring Hill. Powell checks into the ball game. Jones comes back in. Out goes Letelier. Out goes Weber. Those guys will sit 21 seconds, and then they'll come in and start the second quarter most likely. Newkirk trying to get into Moala. He'll throw it in deep. Ramey's got to track it down. Now back over right side for Moala. Screen comes from Ramey. Can't clear him. Bame wants that baseline. Not going to get it. Downhill dump. Moala. Up comes. Fade away on the way. No good. Rebound. Pulled out of there by Jones. Jones going to lead the charge. 3 seconds. Cooper's probably going to keep it. No, he'll dish it. Mitchell for 3. That was after the buzzer. And that'll be the score as we head to the second. 9-7. Much more entertaining than we had earlier tonight. We're back in 1 minute. You're watching Panther basketball here on Paola Sports Live.
All across the country, people are coming together to speed up what we can learn about health. The All of Us Research Program is calling on 1 million people to join us as we try to change the future of health. For your family, for future generations, for all of us. Visit joinallofus.org and find out how you can become 1 in a million.
Hey, I'm Mike Rope, here today to encourage you to connect with 811 before you dig.
And I'm Micro, and I'm here because I love to dig in the dirt.
It's true. He's also here because he's very small and not that bright.
Here, for instance, we can see Micro doing what he loves to do.
And here we can see the consequences of not doing what he should have done. Dude, why didn't you call 811?
I forgot the number.
See? Not that bright.
Apologize for the heart attack going to break. Camera guy lost grip on the camera and it went over the edge here. Here we go, second quarter in this one. Spring Hill will have it as we come out of the break. Moving from right to left. Panthers up by 2. Cooper Jones, good take. Shot no good though. Rebound, nice clear by Bame. Here he comes, going the other way. Hand off from Moala. Off left side, first moments of the game for Aiden Morris coming into this second quarter. Bame off to Williams. Here's Pitzer on the right corner. Bo Robinson sitting with 2 fouls. Free throw line, Moala. I thought he was going to pull up and take it. Williams, he'll go baseline. Good wrap around. Glass, no good. And rebound pulled out of there by Jones. He'll push it. Good pass low for Mitchell. Can't clear. Moala's there from some good transition defense and going the other way now. Bame. And a carry going to be called, a rare unforced error on Trey Moala. Out goes John Mitchell. And out goes Clouder. I believe comes in Letelier and Weber, who leads, has all 7 of their points at the free throw line. He'll have it on the right wing. He'll attack. Will Weber. Kick outside for Jones from way outside, and a 3 by Cooper Jones. Heard me talking about all the points Weber had and wanted to get on the scoreboard, and they'll get their first lead of the ball game. Will Spring Hill. Here they're early going to the second quarter. On the left wing, and a foul going to be called, a cheap one, on Cody Powell, his first, team 2. Stay with the Panthers. Morris, Rain, Case and Carson Bame. They'll move it around now for Moala. He'll have it. Set the offense off left side for Williams. Working against Metcalf. Now here's Morris working against Jones. Good contact there by Jones. He'll pick up a foul. Racking them up pretty quickly now are the Broncos. Jones first, team 1. Or team 3, rather. Moala clears things out. Calls for some help. Wants a screen. He'll scoop off now for Pitzer. He gets the screen for Morris. Over to Williams. Now here's Moala facing on Weber. That's a pretty good matchup, those two. Bame on the corner. There's that patient offense again for Paola, and that's a good look at one and a flush and a foul. He'll go to the free throw line, a good dish, and Trey gives a thumbs up to Bame on a nice give. And Moala will go to the free throw line to try to complete the three-point play as the Panthers take the lead back here with 5:53 to play. And Moala at the free throw line to shoot his first free throws of the night. 70% free throw shooter. Trying to complete the old-fashioned way. Catches the heel, no good. Stay a 1-point advantage for Paola here. 5:46 to play in the first half. Off right side for Metcalf. He'll push it to the free throw line, the elbow kick. Jones back to the elbow. He'll pull the trigger. On the way, no good. Rebound by Williams, and here he comes. Moala. Over to Williams. Robinson's back in the ball game with those 2 fouls. Moala working against Weber. Scoop off for Robinson. Back over to Pitzer. He'll hand off for Moala. This motion offense, trying to find some gaps, trying to get them spread out and find some holes in that defense. Here's Robinson, a long 2 on the way, no good. Rebound, no, Brock Pitzer, and that's helped out. Knocked it out of bounds, last touch by Evan Letelier. It'll stay with the Panthers here with 4:51 to go in the first half. Lady Panthers found themselves in a tough spot tonight against a very good Spring Hill team, 71-29. Just didn't go quite the way they wanted. Timeout going to be taken by the Panthers. It's a 30. We'll take a break just so we can get the camera guys squared away. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther basketball on Paola Sports Live.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
.451 to play here in this first half. Panthers up by 1. They got the basketball as well as we come out of the timeout. Ramey over to Robinson. Panthers very disciplined. They've been very good about not forcing things, not pushing it into the spot where there's not an open man and getting the ball tipped away or stolen away. Just Wait for your openings. Here's one for Williams. Shot no good. Rebound by Jones. And Jones wants to run always. Long pass up in front, Weber. Got to set up there and take a charge. Couldn't get it to finish, though, Weber. And Caden Ramey comes flying in, the big fella. Morris going to bring it up the floor now for the Panthers. Here's Ramey facing against Letellier. Baseline, Morris. Good scoop with the left hand. And a nice take by Aiden Morris. One of the best stretches for him so far on the season. 13-10. Panthers add to the lead a little bit. They've led by as many as 6 in this one. Trailed by as many as 1. Outside for Jones. 3:44 to go in the first half. Caden's got to pick himself up off the floor and find his man. He does. Recovers. Baseline. Letellier. Scoop with the right hand. Ooh, in and out. Gets a rebound, though. Scoop out. Here's Jones for 3. Good. And he'll tie it up at 13 all. On the tray by Cooper Jones. I just realized I lost my stat sheet for the Broncos during that interchange. Jones' second 3 of this second quarter. Now a steal by Jones. Finish. He'll slam it down. Cooper Jones, how about some ups on the 6'1" senior. 8 second quarter points. And a lead back for Spring Hill. Good move by Pitzer. Nearly a flush on the finish by Robinson, but can't get it back for the Broncos. It goes. Weber thinking about adding it from deep. Letellier will. Good, rattles in. His first field goal of the ball game gives them their largest lead of the night by 5. And it's a 8-0 run right now for the Broncos. 2:28 to play here in the first half. Timeout, we'll take it. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther basketball on Paola Sports Live.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast. Affordable with plans starting at just $34.95. No throttling, no tricks. More upload speed and the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawley.com. Go Brawley. It just works.
Panthers led 13-10. It was tied up at 13 all about a minute ago, just under a minute ago, and it's now in the midst of an 8-0 run by Spring Hill. Mostly on the back of Cooper Jones. 5 of those 8 coming from him, and then a triple from Letellier just a moment ago. Wrap around down inside Moala, trying to stop a good help defense from Jones. Trying to one-man show it right now is Cooper Jones, and now he'll have to back out. A good look here. Clowder going to spin into the paint, off the bounce. Shot no good, helped out perhaps a little bit by Moala. And now Trey will push it up the floor from left to right. 2-minute mark of this second quarter. Williams, baseline. Robinson trying to elevate. Nope, doesn't do it. Williams, he wants 3, trying to close this one out. Shot no good. And rebound pulled down by Jones. Cooper's everywhere. Long pass up in front. Clowder. Shot, can't get it to roll. Boy, Spring Hill's missed a few bunnies in this first half that might have made even more of a difference. Their largest lead is 5. The largest lead by Paola is 6. Robinson elevating. Can't get it to go. Rims are tight here inside Spring Hill High School. Clowder way out high. Working against Bame, who's into the ball game for the Panthers. Here's Jones, just right of the circle. He'll look to attack. A little fade away. Or leaner kind of on the way. No good. Rebound pulled out. I'm telling you, they've missed some pretty good opportunities. Now Spring Hill, thankfully for Paola. Good hard pass from Newkirk into Bame. He'll give it to Moala, and it's knocked away. They are good defenders. Man-to-man. Letellier going the other way, working against Williams. Quarterback against quarterback, and Letellier wins this one. He's got 5 second quarter points. Now their largest lead is 7. That's the largest lead of the ball game for either team. And it's a 10-0 run. Panthers getting a taste of their own medicine on the run department. They are usually the team that does that. 23 seconds skip past long ways for Bame. 19 seconds, and Moala will pull it out and try to work for the final shot here of this first half. Try to stop a 10-0 run before we go to the break. Under 10. Moala. Screen comes. Scoop it off. Williams, he wants three on the way. No good. Rebound. Took it a little early. Going to get a chance for one as Weber. Not a great look at it, and that's the end of the half. Spring Hill, a 10-0 run to close out the first half to grab the lead. Their largest lead of the ball game is 7. That's where we sit right now here at the break. We'll talk about it when we come back. We'll recap this first half. We'll talk about that girls game a little bit as well and let you know where to find us coming up on Friday as well as in 2021 when we return here at halftime. 20-13, Spring Hill battles their way back. Panthers down by 7. We'll talk about it next right here on Paola Sports Live, presented by Go Brawley.
Number one, obviously, is safety.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Paola and USD 368. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Paola, call 913-294-2110 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
Hey, I'm Mike Rope, here today to encourage you to connect with 811 before you dig. And I'm Mike Rope, and I'm here because I love to dig in the dirt. It's true. He's also here because he's very small and not that bright.
Here, for instance, we can see Micro doing what he loves to do.
And here we can see the consequences of not doing what he should have done. Dude, why didn't you call 811?
I forgot the number.
See? Not that bright.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast. Affordable with plans starting at just $34.95. No throttling, no tricks. More upload speed and the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawley.com. Go Brawley, it just works.
Back at here live, Spring Hill High School. BJ Harris along with you. 20-13 your halftime score, and a dandy so far here in the early going of this one as the Panthers find themselves now in a 7-point deficit. They've led by as many as 6. That was 9-3. Since that point, they've been outscored 17-4. That was midway point of the first quarter. Spring Hill will take their first lead, 10-9 with 6:50 to play in the first half. Paola will grab it back quickly, 11-10. It would be tied up at 13 all. That three-pointer that tied it was the start of what is right now a 10-0 run that they are in the midst of heading into the locker room. Right now, Spring Hill leading at 20-13. Halftime numbers for you. First up for Spring Hill, leading all scorers is Cooper Jones with 8 points in the first half, all in the second quarter, all in the middle of that run. That's not true. 5 of those in the middle of the run. The other 5 coming from Evan Letillier, who's got 5 points here at the break. 7 points from Ryan Weber. His came in the first quarter, and a low-scoring affair here in this one. 6 points from Trey Moala to lead the Panthers. He's got the lone free throw in the entire first half. There was one free throw taken in the first half of this game. I'm not sure if I've seen that very many times. 2 points from Aiden Morris and 2 points from Caden Ramey. 3 points from Logan Newkirk. We have to get some participation from some of these other guys. Bo Robinson's had a couple of looks at one, but haven't had those go through. Definitely need to get him going if you want to have some success here tonight. Panthers trying to stay unbeaten at 4-0 on the season right now. Spring Hill is 1-2. They've lost to Lansing and Shawnee Mission South the last 2 ball games out. Earlier tonight, ladies did fall in a tough one here against Spring Hill, 71-29. It just never quite looked right for them. And talking with Spring Hill's broadcaster over here, he was as surprised as I was by that outcome. He said that was one of the best games they've played that he's ever seen them play. And I said multiple times during that broadcast, I did not feel as though Spring Hill's a 40-point better team than Paola. And we're going to get a chance to test that on February 9th. And I'm fairly confident that it will not be the same outcome as we saw here tonight. Paola reeling just a little bit 2-2. They've lost 2 games pretty lopsided fashion. Hopefully get it right going against what will probably be a pretty good Ottawa team coming up on Friday. We'll be back at it on Friday. Pre-game coverage will set around 5:45. Tip-off scheduled for 6 o'clock. Obviously JV games before that. We will set up and have the JV game from the main gym for you as well. No commentary on that, but we'll have the live video for you starting at 4:30, and then when that concludes, we'll get going on the girls' action, and then boys to follow on Friday. That'll be our last broadcast of 2020, and then we will head into 2021. First night out will be January 8th as the Panthers host Bonner Springs in a boys and girls basketball doubleheader, and then Piper on January 15th, that following Friday. We do have some wrestling on the docket, at least one wrestling duel coming up in February, I believe. Paola is going to be covered on a few of our other channels. I'll be sure to get that stuff out when it happens as well. Try to put that out on a schedule for you that we'll do some wrestling. So they'll be a part of Paola Sports Live at least one time. The problem was a lot of the home meets that we wanted to try to cover were the same week as basketball tournament at Burlington. And I know that's going to be tough for a lot of people to make those trips to Burlington during the week. And we wanted to be able to do that for you. I'd like to have been in 2 places at one time. I haven't ruled that out yet, but as of right now, we're going to pick up a duel with Free State later on this year. But Paola will be on at least 1 or 2 of our other broadcasts, and I'll put those out when that happens on the wrestling side. That's how we'll start 2021 with home contest against Bonner Springs and Piper. Here at halftime, 20-13 your score. We'll step away to a quick break. Second half coming up next, right here on Paola Sports Live, presented by Go Brawley.
Are you thinking about buying medicine online? A search for online pharmacies yields more than 20 million results. But which ones can you trust? Medicines bought from unlicensed online pharmacies can be dangerous. You may get a fake drug, your condition may get worse, or you may experience a bad reaction. Don't put your health at risk. To learn how to find an online pharmacy that's safe and legal, visit fda.gov/BeSafeRx. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
So, what is love? Love is being independent. Love is dancing. At Shriners Hospital for Children, love is a new smile.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. Learn how you can send your love to the rescue at lovetotherescue.org.
All across the country, people are coming together to speed up what we can learn about health. The All of Us research program is calling on 1 million people to join us as we try to change the future of health. For your family, for future generations, for all of us. Visit joinallofus.org and find out how you can become 1 in a million.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
20-13, your halftime score here in Spring Hill as the Panthers find themselves in their largest deficit of the night. Spring Hill will start this second half in the midst of a 10-0 run as well. So it's going to be important for the Panthers to get out in a good start. They are typically doing that. They had a 5-0 run to begin things, led 5-0, led by as many as 6 in that first quarter, 9-3. But since that point, they've been outscored. What did I say earlier? 17-4 to get into the situation they're at right now, down by 7. Panthers will have the basketball as we come out of the timeout. Girls fall earlier tonight. They're 2-2 on the year. Once again, I'll say it a few more times. Back in action on Friday, 5:45 pregame, 6 o'clock tip to close out 2020. Panthers would love to be 5-0 going to play a good Ottawa team on Friday. Got some work to do ahead of them right now, though, here in the second half of this one. So we head into the third quarter of this game. Down inside, Moala off the glass, good, and the foul. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered here for this one. As Moala will stop that 10-0 run. And Moala, 6 first half points. 0 for 1 before that one, makes it the old-fashioned way. He's got 9 for the ball game, back to within 4. Trying to go baseline Metcalf. He needs some help. Weber elevates. 12-footer on the way. Swish. Pretty good take there. Off the dribble. Pretty good player. Here's Weber. Needs some defense. I don't know which coach said that one. I'm guessing it was Coach Buck. Here's Williams. He'll scoop off for Pitzer. Over to Newkirk. Working against Jones. Off to the corner for Pitzer. Moala, top of the key. He'll drive, kick out. Here's Robinson, he'll dish. Williams is gonna step into a 3 on the way. Good! Big shot by Garrett Williams. He had a couple of those in that tournament. Really started to get going a little bit as well. Panthers back to within 3. Powell off of the right side for Letillier. He'll try to do a baseline on Maul. A good D on the baseline there by Trey. Outside Williams and Jones. Screen comes, good switch. Trying to go back to Letillier. There's the help. Robinson smart not to get that third foul. He'll get the rebound, though. A little help from Logan Newkirk as well. Robinson in transition. He'll scoop off for Pitzer. Williams, scoop off Newkirk on the right wing. He'll bring it around. Go back to Williams. He'll go baseline. No doubter. Good dish. Kick. Pitzer thought about it. Now he'll drive. Now he'll kick. Move it around. 6:17 to go third quarter. 22-19. Panthers trying to get back into this one. Down by 7 to start the half. Down by 3 now. Robinson will attack, yet to score, elevate, shot no good, and wisely doesn't get that foul there. Thought he was going to. Here come the Broncos in transition. That's a jump ball if it's going to be anything. Here's a 3, no good by Letillier. Tracked down by Jones. Jones lost it. Good defense by Williams. Bodies hit the floor. Jones gets it back. He'll pull the trigger and rattle one in. No way. He has the guts to take that shot after that interchange, but Cooper Jones does. Back to a 6-point game. Drive. Newkirk elevates. Shot no good and a charge. I think that's a 5th charge call against Paola tonight. 4th at least. Weber will bring it up. Off left side for Letillier. Good defense by Moala working against Letillier. Powell driving on Newkirk. Those two could be brothers. Off right side. I mean, I'm telling you, it could be twins. Back outside. Pitzer with some defense. Up inside for Williams. We got to take care of it. Garrett's got to go quickly to Robinson. Knocked around, and a foul going to be called on Letillier, I believe. Maybe Cooper Jones. I'm not sure which one was there. They were the same number, too. They get it on Jones, his 2nd. Newkirk to try to get it in bounds. Throw it in deep for Williams. It was a missed opportunity on the transition bucket a moment ago. Got to make this possession count to get it back. Off right side for Williams. Under 5 to go third. There's good defense by Jones. He's just long enough and definitely athletic enough. Other end. Pitzer trying to get that one to stop, and Letillier finishes at the rim. He had 5 points in the second quarter. He'll start off here as well. 27-19, now 8 point the largest lead of the ball game for any team. After the Panthers had got it down to within 3. Back outside. Panthers need one of those patented runs in them. There's a steal. Jones again jumping the pass. Cooper Jones already has one flush. This time he'll just lay it up with the right hand and may see a timeout coming from Coach Cash. If not this possession, the next one, if they can't get a stop. 10-point, there it is. Timeout by the Panthers. It's another run by Spring Hill, this time a 7-0 run. And a timeout on the floor. It's a full. We'll take a 30. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther basketball on Paola Sports Live.
Question: what will you find on all over-the-counter or OTC medicine packages to help you choose the right drug and use it safely? The answer: the drug facts label. This label lists the medicine's active ingredients and purpose, how much to take, and warnings you should know before using it. Remember, even OTC medicines you buy without a prescription can cause side effects you don't want. So follow the information listed on the drug facts label. For more information, visit fda.gov/drug facts label. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Thanks to the support from our sponsors, Paola Sports Live is proud to provide tonight's coverage of Panther Athletics free of charge for you to watch. If you enjoy our broadcast, would like to show your support, please go to paolasportslive.com/donate and make a contribution. You can also see that link in the game's description on YouTube. Thank you to everyone who's allowed us to make this possible, and be sure to follow us on Facebook and subscribe at youtube.com/paolasportslive. Panther basketball as Spring Hill's in the midst of a 7-0 run once again. Panthers have not had their run yet in this one. Newkirk trying to get rid of somebody and finally gets fouled hard. Tons of contact. Foul's going to be called against Letillier. His second. Team foul number 3 on the Broncos. Panthers will inbound it from underneath their own basket. Moala with it. Midway point of this third quarter. Williams on the right side. Here's Robinson. Newkirk now holds top of the key, working against Jones. Jones, who's had multiple steals in this third quarter. Moala, what a move to the rim by Trey Moala. Stuff like that reminds you that dude's different. And he's in double figures now for the Panthers. That stops the 7-0 run. 29-21. Keep it within striking distance. Then when you've got your run, you can get the lead back. Put it away. Jones to Weber. Quieted him down a little bit here of late, but other guys have picked it up for Spring Hill. Base, drive it, kick. There's a steal. Newkirk. Logan try to get contact, and finally will get the foul called. Newkirk going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Foul's called on Letillier, his third. No, excuse me, it's Ryan Weber, his second. And the fourth foul on Spring Hill. Logan Newkirk going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. First one's off the front iron, no good. 40% free throw shooter, limited opportunities. Out goes Pitzer. In comes Bame for Paola. Letillier will check out. John Mitchell in, also in as Clouder. And Newkirk able to rattle that one in. Only one field goal here in almost 5 minutes of this third quarter for Paola. And that was the three-pointer by Garrett Williams. Oh, I missed Mo Wallace points. Sorry. Take that back. Back to within 7. Kick. Baseline. Weber. Boy, he had it. Outside for Jones. Off Powell, he'll drive. Good defense that by Robinson. Jones, fortunate bounce of the ball there. Ball knocked around, and it's going to stay with Spring Hill. As it was last touched by Robinson. Timeout going to be taken by Coach Book at the 30. We'll take it along with him. 29-22. Panthers trying to stay within striking distance. We return on Paola Sports Live.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible in dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
It'll be Spring Hill basketball coming out of the timeout. John Mitchell to inbound for the Broncos. 2:31 and counting here in this third quarter. And it's a 5-second count. Couldn't get it in. Good defense by the Panthers. And a turnover. Maybe will be just what they need to get the spark going in the right direction here as they trail by 7. They've trailed by as many as 10 in this second half. And a foul going to be called against Spring Hill. And they're called against John Mitchell, his first, team foul number 5. He'll get it inbound to Moala. He'll face, work against Weber. Trey, high off the glass and good. Moala starting to liven up a little bit. 7 points in this third quarter, 13 for the ball game. Back to within 5, 29-24. Panthers need to have a run in them here, close out this third. Here's a 3 on the way by Metcalf, and he says, nope, not yet. His first bucket comes at a pretty important moment of this game. 32-25. Ramey's on the floor. Coach wanted a timeout before Ramey walked with it. Instead, it's a turnover. Powell checking in. Letillier coming in for Spring Hill. Robinson coming in and going to give Moala a short break. Off left side for Mitchell. Shot no good. Knocked around, gathered up by Metcalf, though. Panthers got to get those. Here's another one from Metcalf, another 3. Man, 6 points back-to-back. There's a 3 by Williams trying to answer back, can't get it to go. Loose ball, still loose. And coach wants a timeout, perhaps? No. Possession arrow in favor of Spring Hill. He does get the timeout granted. He'll take it. It's a 30. We'll take it. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther basketball.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast. Priced right, with plans starting at $34.95. No throttling, no tricks, more upload speed, and the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawley.com. Go Brawley. It just works.
Panther basketball, they do grant the timeout, so don't do the alternating possession. So Panthers will maintain possession here with under a minute to play in this third quarter. Walla facing screen comes from Ramey on Weber. Can't get him to shed him. And they're going to say it's a foul on the floor against Weber. It'll be the 6th on the team. It'll be the 3rd on Weber, most likely, if that's who they get it. It is his 3rd, team 6. Aiden Morris into the ball game for the Panthers. Bame, Ramey, Robinson, Moala. Trying to get open, throw it in deep. Moala, and a foul going to be called against Powell. And that's going to send Moala to the free throw line to shoot 1-and-1. It's the 2nd one on Powell, 7th on the team. Trey on the night from the stripe, 1 of 2. Not as many opportunities. He literally, it's just the 3rd free throws of the game, and they've been all Moala. Actually, Newkirk had 2 attempts as well. I need to quit talking. Is that an option? Moala rolls and Bath. It is an option. Both in. 35-26. Metcalf, who is lighting it up from downtown and back-to-back threes. No, nothing there. Jones will go free throw. It's stripped out of his hands by Moala. Should have been jump ball. Instead, they get Trey Moala on his first, team foul number 2. And they saw that scoreboard and know they need to even those up. 7-1 team fouls. Out goes Ramey, in comes Williams. Jones inbound for Letillier, hand off to him. He'll catch at the elbow. That was a set play and well executed. Jones has 15 points in this one. Moala, whoa, what a move to the rim that time by Trey Moala, keeping him in it. Back to a 9-point game. 8 points. Jones from way downtown catches the front iron, no good. Robinson, he's going to have a chance at one. Nearly stolen away. Leteriel will fire one up. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That had no business even being attempted. And it goes in. Coach Book can't believe himself, and neither can I. 40-28, the largest deficit is now 12. Panthers have their work cut out for them in the 4th when we return right here on Paola Sports Live.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Paola and USD 368. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Paola, call 913-294-2110 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at Hers, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
come and visit us at hersinc.net.
Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Here we go to the 4th quarter of this one. Broncos have dug themselves somehow into a deeper hole than they had going into the second half. They're going to need some things to happen in favor of them, and a 3-point shot by Letillier trying to feed off of his end of the 3rd heroics on a steal and a shot at the buzzer. Couldn't get it to go. Panthers with it. Just got to start chipping away at this lead a little bit. Cut it in half in the first half. There's one from Newkirk. He'll knock it down. What a big response by Logan Newkirk. He's got 7 points now, 2 times from behind the arc. Back to a 9-point contest. Good trap. There's Pitzer. That went into backcourt. They're going to say it was tipped. There was no tip ball. That was just good defense. Mitchell with it. Top of the key. Over to Jones. Jones at the elbow. Metcalf, who knocked down a couple of threes in that third quarter. Here's one from Jones. He'll rattle it in. Boy, they are pretty good from downtown. 43-31, back to a 12-point game. You want to get it down to 6 by the 4-minute mark. Here's dump off. Robinson has yet to score. That is now no more. The fact that they're even within striking distance with their second leading scorer, averages 17 points a game, just now getting his first bucket, is a miracle, frankly. And he has a chance to try to complete the three-point play. Not quite as efficient from the free throw line as some. Leaves that one off the front iron, no good. 43-33. Letellier. Over to Jones on the left wing. Good defense there by Garrett Williams. Here's Letellier once again matching up against Moala. Trey will come out and get with him. And a timeout taken by Coach Book. A little gamesmanship here. These two guys trying to fill each other out in the first few minutes of this one. 43-33. It's a 30-second timeout. To tell you, time for our Chamber Connection, brought to you by the Paola Chamber of Commerce. Paola Chamber is always working to promote businesses in Paola and the surrounding area in Miami County and elsewhere. Paola Chamber reminds you to shop local first. Make sure here, the waning moments of this holiday shopping season, 9 days till Christmas. Oh, hard to think about. But you've got options here in Paola and elsewhere in this area. Learn more. Call 913-294-4336 or visit paolachamber.org. 43-33 your score. It's been as much as 12. Paola's led by as many as 6 in the early going of this game. They've trailed by as many as 12 a couple of times, including heading into this fourth quarter. Right now it's 10. Spring Hill with the basketball. Weber out high. Weber had 7 at halftime. There's a steal by Moala. Trey going the other end. He'll slam it down with one hand. Trey Moala knocks it down. He's had a heck of a second half. 13 points in the second half, 19 for the ball game for Trey, trying to will his team back into this one. 43-35. That time he does it with defense and finishes it with the flush. Metcalf out on the right wing. Here's Letellier. Backside trying to go to Mitchell. Swing it back quickly around. Outside, Letellier will hold. There's John popping up on the opposite side of the floor now. He'll look to attack. On the right side, Metcalf. Nowhere to go with it. Good defense. Panthers have tightened it up a little bit. Moala lost Mitchell and then recovered nicely to swat it away from behind. That was kind of his fault. He was that open, but it's definitely his fault that it didn't end up in an easy bucket by John Mitchell. It'll stay with Spring Hill with 5:27 to go in the ball game. Panthers down by 8 to the corner. Jones fouled on the three-point and the closeout by Garrett Williams. Garrett will pick up his second, team foul number 3 here in the second half, but it will send Jones to the free throw line. And I don't have his stats in front of him, but I'm going to guess that Cooper Jones is probably a pretty good free throw shooter. His first trip tonight. Jones has had a pretty good second half with 10 points in the second half. He's got 18. And he knocks down the first one. We're going to have 2 more after this. I was right. In comes Carson Bame. In comes Cody Powell for Spring Hill. Bame for Paola. Out goes Pitzer. Out goes John Mitchell for Spring Hill. Here's the third one. Missed it. Rebound. Bo Robinson ripped down from behind Bo Letellier. No foul. Back to a 10-point contest. 45-35. Newkirk off to Moala. He's helped. Williams, 3 on the way. Good! A huge shot from Garrett Williams. Get him while you can. To within 7. 45-38. I said you wanted to get it to within 6. At least cut that lead in half by the 4-minute mark. Got to get a stop here to make that a possibility. Metcalf scoop off for Jones. Bame's coming. Jones tries to flush it down. It gets a little bit of a fall. They're going to call goaltending. He was hanging on the rim when that ball popped out. And because he was on the rim, it's going to be no good. It's basket interference because he was up there. So if it had gone down immediately, it would have counted. But while he was hanging on it, the ball gets bounced around. And so it waves off the shot. A big break for the Panthers. And Newkirk going to save some time on the clock and let that ball roll a little bit. 4:47 to go here in regulation. Moala on the left wing. He'll drive. Will Newkirk. Back out Williams. Here's Bame trying to wrap around to Robinson. Help comes. They double on him. Robinson, elevate. Off the glass and good. Boy, the big boy got up high that time. Bo got to get him going. He's just got 4 points in this one. Back to within 5. They've cut that lead, as I mentioned. And a near steal. The ball's knocked to the backcourt, out of bounds. It'll stay with Spring Hill. (45-40). It was a 12-point difference at the end of 3. Inbound for Weber. Works on Bame. Good pass, backside Powell. Jones for 3. No good this time. Bodies hit the floor. Knocked out of bounds. I'll say it stays with Spring Hill. 4:07 to go. Weber to inbound for the Broncos. There's a good inbound play and a good finish by Evan Letillier. He's got 12 points for the Broncos, 47-40, and a foul going to be called. That's going to send Moala to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1. The foul situation might be the story here in the final 4 minutes, or 3:56 exactly. Cooper Jones picks up his first personal. Nobody in dire foul trouble, but 9 team fouls. So the next foul, Panthers are shooting 2, and they only have 3 team fouls on their side of things. And so hit your free throw shots. You might have some chances here in the final 3:56 of this one. Moala can't get the first one to go, though. Nearly tracked down. A rare miss by Trey Moala. He had made 3 in a row since that, before that. Drive Powell. Scoop off for Jones. Jones will drive. It's Bame. Panther coaching staff wanted a charge. Cooper Jones keeps working with it, and then a timeout called by Coach Book. Jones has been the catalyst in this second half for Spring Hill. He's got him back to a 9-point lead, 3:37 to go. Timeout at the full. We'll take a 30. You're watching Panther basketball on Paola Sports Live, presented by Go Brawley.
How do you see the world?
Ha! At Shriners Hospitals for Children, we know that changing how you see things can turn them into everyday miracles. Like riding my bike. Breaking boards. Ha! Hugging my mom.
Every day for over 90 years, Shriners Hospitals for Children has been sending love to the rescue, regardless of a family's ability to pay.
If you know a child we can help, call or go online now.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear...
Back at it here in this one, 49-40. Panthers need a bucket here. Newkirk nearly copped it up. It'll go back to Moala on the left side, guarded by Jones now. Moala spinning. Whoa. That was pretty cool. Jones and Moala matched up. That's a pretty good one. Those two guys basically willing their teams into these games right now. Spring Hill with that advantage. Outside, they have tightened up the defense considerably, has Paola. Bame trying to battle for that one. I don't blame him at all on that one. Carson Bame thought he had a shot, didn't quite get there. He doesn't have a lot of fouls, so it's okay. It's the 4th team foul, just the first on Bame. Twins matching up against one another, and Newkirk and Powell. Here's Metcalf. Looking to drive. Scoop. Can't get it to go. Ball knocked it out of bounds. That's off Cooper Jones, and it'll go back to the Panthers. So a 7-point game. Get one to go. They trailed by as many as 12 in this ball game, including to start this fourth quarter. Newkirk will pick it up. Most playing time of the season for Logan Newkirk. Williams is going to be fouled on the floor, but it's going to send Williams to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1. Nope, shoot 2 rather. As that foul is going to be called, it's the 10th team foul on Spring Hill. And they get it on Letillier, his third. Big shots here by the senior. First one's true. His first free throw attempts of the night. (49-43), back to within 6. Back to within 5. Garrett Williams played a good second half. He's got 8 points all in the second half. 6 points from downtown, and then those 2 free throws. Pressure going to be applied by the Panthers, man-to-man all the way up the floor. Actually, it's a zone. They trap right there. It's exactly where they wanted. Metcalf nearly coughed it up, but a foul going to be called against Garrett Williams. It was close. Well, probably the right call there. His third, team 5. Trying to get it inbound. They throw it backcourt for Weber. Weber off to the right for Letillier. There's that trap on this near side, and a timeout going to be taken by Spring Hill. They had the trap where they needed it, and timeout taken by Coach Book. It's a full. We'll take another timeout. 49-40. We've got our first real dandy of the season on the boys' side. We'll talk about it. And down the stretch we go. Back in 30 seconds, you're watching Panther basketball on Paola Sports Live.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
(49-44), 2:31 to play. Tons of time in a basketball game like this. Big performances all around. Trey Moala here in this second half, though, 2-4. 15 points in the second half, 21 for the ball game. And then I mentioned Garrett Williams, 8 points in the second half. Those have been huge. Inbound for Weber. And ball's kicked. It's almost going to be an opportunity for Paola. Instead, it'll stay with Spring Hill with 2:28 to play. Trying to get it in. They throw it. Gathered up by Weber in the backcourt. Pitzer's gotten his duty. Newkirk trying to jump on that one. Help from Moala, help from Powell, reaching all over the place, and foul's going to be called on Newkirk. His second, team foul number 6. Coach Cash does a nice job doing what he wants him to do, be aggressive. Weber, 2:14. Skip pass, far side Jones, he'll drive. Over to go with it as Moala was closing out. Now Weber for 3, rattles out, knocked around, loose ball, to be determined. Jones comes away with it, and it's in favor of Paola. Good effort there by Brock Pitzer to get in the mix of that one. Coach Book didn't like it, made his opinion known, and the closest official waves off the far side official, and it'll go back to the Panthers. It's a big break. Huge possession of the game right here. Down by 5 with under 2 to go. Off right side for Williams. Here's Newkirk. Pitzer working against Letillier. That's about an even matchup, I think. On the right side, Williams going to drive. Garrett, he'll be fouled on the floor, but Williams going to go back to the free throw line to shoot 2. Garrett's really stepped up huge in this second half. So the foul they get on that one's going to be against Metcalf, his second. Williams will go back to the free throw line here to shoot two. First one's on the way. Good. Good shots. Two-year starter at quarterback. He's going to have some good nerves, I suspect, to handle these situations. And here comes 4 for 4 here in this fourth quarter from the stripe. He's pulled the team to within 3. One possession game here with 1:37 to play in the contest. In the backcourt, Weber working against Williams. Here's Powell, guarded by Newkirk. All for Letillier. Weber, guarded by Moala. Kicked ball by Robinson. Robinson's foot was about the level of Weber's head when he kicked that ball out of bounds. A minute 16 to play in the ball game, 3-point contest. Inbound for Weber. Now Jones. Williams going to have to recover. You got to get back. Approaching 1 minute. Down inside they go, trying to get them, and now they're in fouls. Now they're shooting free throws, or the Broncos. Now they're going to have to make their free throws. They want to have a shot in this one to keep this lead. Right now, is it at 3? Where it's at 3. There's the front side on the way. Good by Weber. His first free throws of the night. Spring Hill has only got 4 free throw attempts on the night, and this will make it 5. He makes them both. Big ones there from the senior. 51-46. Back to a 5-point game. Can't mess around here. Scoop off Robinson. Robinson back to him. Good dish. Williams. Robinson. What a good work there. And a timeout by Coach Cash. And it's a timeout by Paola. We'll take another one with them. Catch our breath here. Final stretch of this game coming up next. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther basketball.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible in dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
Yeah. 51-48. Paola down by 3. 44.5 seconds to play here in this ball game. It's been an up and down game at times for the Panthers. They led by 6 in the first quarter. Spring Hill went on a 10-0 run to close out the first half. They led by 7 at that point, did Spring Hill. Led by as many as 12. Led by 12 going into this fourth quarter. Fourth quarter has not been the bright spot for Paola, but it is here tonight. Now trying to get a trap on there as Weber comes across. They get the trap, but not in time. Over to Jones. 33 seconds to play. Now Panthers going to have to start thinking about fouling here, trying to get that first steal. If they can't, they got to foul now. Here's Letillier. No, he threw it away. That's what they needed right there. The defense forced it. If it gets to one more hand, you got to foul, I think. It is just a one-possession game. And Newkirk don't want to grab that quite so soon. Now they might just work for the final shot. Newkirk over to Moala on the left wing. Moala spinning, shot up. No good, can't get it to go. Pitzer with the rebound. He'll put it up, he's fouled, is Brock Pitzer. And Pitzer will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 for the senior's biggest shots of his senior season. Got a 50% free throw shooter coming in. No points in the ball game here tonight. And a chance to pull the Panthers within 1 with 10 seconds to play in the game. shooting 2. First one for Pitts are good. Panthers have hit their free throws here down the stretch. (51-49). Again, it was a 12-point game. It was 40-28. Panthers have outscored them 13-9 in this fourth quarter. Missed it. That's a probably intentional miss. They really did need to get it back. It stops the clock with 9.4 as they foul Atelier. They're going to send him to the line. If that was an intentional miss, it was a good one by Pitzer as they hit the back iron, popped up, gave him a good opportunity at one. But you foul quickly. Now Atelier, who has not shot a free throw here tonight as well. He's had a good second half. He's got 9 in the second half, 14 for the ball game. Nope, that's not right. 12 for the ball game. Yeah, and this is it. Rebound by Moala. Panthers have a shot. Moala going down the floor. He'll drive all the way in. He is tripped. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2 and a chance to tie it with 3.5. John Mitchell's going to get called for that, I think, and it's just incidental contact, really. Moala was probably going to get to the rim anyway, and a foul there is probably not a bad idea because you make him make his free throws instead with 3.5. But we're staring right down the barrel of overtime. If Moala can knock this one down, he'll rattle, get up, and shake off the cobwebs a little bit. And a chance to tie this one. Can't get it. Gosh, darn it. Rattled that one out. He's missed his last 2. Now you intentionally miss it. He puts it up there and made it. I don't think he wanted to make it. 3.5. They'll foul Weber with 2.5 to play. That's a rare, Trey makes those fouls typically, or makes those shots typically. Again, I mentioned 70% free throw shooter coming into this game. He's about right there in this game as well. 5 of 8 from the stripe. He's had games where he didn't miss at all. About right where he is normally. There's the first of a 1-and-1. No good though, rebound. Moala's going to take it down. Trey at the buzzer, not going to have enough mustard on it. It was on target, but that's the end of the game. 51-50. Circle this one for February 9th as well. As much as I don't think that the girls' team is a 40-point dog against Spring Hill, I think Spring Hill is a better team than what they showed here tonight. Bo Robinson finishes with only 6 points. He averages 17 points a game. Now, that's some of the Spring Hill doing the work on him a little bit and making Trey beat him, and he tried to. Willed them back into this one. Panthers trailed by 12 going into the fourth quarter. They fall by 1, their first loss of the season. They'll move to 4-1 on the year. And we'll take on Ottawa coming up on Friday. We'll have that for you. Pre-game coverage will start at 5:45 with the girls contest. Boys to follow. We'll have the JV prior to that girls game as well around 4:30. You're at 4:30. Broncos move to 2-2. Panthers fall to 4-1 here on this young season. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back, give you your final numbers, and wrap things up here from Spring Hill. 51-50, the boys fall here tonight against the Broncos. You're watching it on Paola Sports Live.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
So, what is love? Love is being independent. Love is dancing. At Shriners Hospital for Children, love is a new smile.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. Learn how you can send your love to the rescue at lovetotherescue.org.
Back out here one final time in Spring Hill as the Broncos knock off and get the sweep here over the Paola Panthers in a boys and girls basketball doubleheader. The girls game was lopsided, and the boys game is much closer, certainly 51-50 your final score here in this one as the Broncos knock off the Panthers, their first loss of the year, 4-1 here in this young season. Scoring totals, first up for Spring Hill, leading them 22 points from Cooper Jones. That ties all scorers in this one. 12 points from Evan Letillier, 11 points from Ryan Weber, and 6 points from Luke Metcalf. For the Panthers, 22 points from Trey Moala. Just a superb effort, 16 in the second half. 10 points from Garrett Williams, a nice effort in the fourth quarter for him, as 7 of his 10 came in the fourth quarter. 6 points from Bo Robinson, all 6 of them coming in that fourth quarter run. 4 points from Logan Newkirk, 2 points from Caden Ramey, and 1 point from Brock Pitzer. 2 points from Aiden Morris tonight for Paola as they do fall here tonight, 51-50. Once again, back in action coming up on Friday as we welcome in the Ottawa Cyclones at Paola High School. Pre-game coverage on the girls' varsity contest around 5:45, tip-off at 6 o'clock. We'll have the JV coverage starting at 4:30, and then the boys to follow that girls' varsity game as well. And then next action will be January 8th after that Friday contest as the Panthers host Bonner Springs. It's going to do it for us tonight. Caden Carbajo, double duty. He had camera for both broadcasts, Spring Hill and Paola. Benefits of us being all together. And for myself, BJ Harris, thanks for all of our sponsors and support this year. Back in action on Friday. We'll have it for you. Tough night tonight for the Panthers as they're swept against the Broncos. Final score on the boys' side, 51-50. Girls fall earlier tonight in a lopsided contest as well. I've moved on from it, but I'm trying to find that total now. Didn't go well. Let's just say that for the ladies. They fell earlier tonight, 71-29. Back in action on Friday. Thanks for joining us. You watch it all right here on your home for Panther Athletics, Paola Sports Live.
You've been watching Panther Athletics on Paola Sports Live. Paola Sports Live is presented by Go Brawley. It just works. Learn more at gobrawley.com. Also by Elliott Group, Hers Incorporated, Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, Dr. Laura's Orthodontics, and Miami County Dance Movement. Thanks for watching, and be sure to catch every second of the action right here on your new home for the Panthers, Paola Sports Live.